Hello and welcome again to our Changing the Dreaming 20th Anniversary Edition Chronicle, Toronto by Day, Tales from the Rookery. As a warning, this is a mature game and it may explore some dark and troubling themes. In all seriousness, this may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many other things. Our players have already discussed their consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards over in our private chat. And if you, as a viewer, ever find that you're feeling uncomfortable or triggered, please feel free to pause, step away, and you can come back later. Our streams are always available on YouTube after the game, so you can come back when you're better prepared to watch the rest of the episode, or you can just skip it and watch the next episode and join us next week. However, hopefully you'll be sticking around for this one because it's a very special Halloween episode. And now let's meet our Motley. Hey, Motley, how are we doing this evening?
Borf.
Very good.
Excellent. Time to introduce yourselves and tell the viewers a little bit about your character. So where did we start last week? Last week, I think it was Anita's turn to start again, which means it is Rose's turn to start. So say hello to the viewers if you'd be so kind and let them know who you are.
Hello, viewers. I am speaking in human now, not in seal anymore. I play Lee, or Evely is her full name. She, her pronouns for the both of us. And she is a Selkie and no longer staying at Sick Kids. Well, I think
Wonderful.
we're back at never mind. We'll get there.
Thank you, Rose. Crystal, if you'd be so kind.
Yes, I'm Crystal. I'm playing Lily Winters, your friendly neighborhood Corrid. And yes, we're supposed to go to the hospital and watch it overnight, and we'll see how that goes.
It's a Halloween special. What could go wrong?
I don't know.
Don't say that.
I don't know.
Next
No,
up,
because I
Joanna.
don't want to say that it could be anything, because that'd be worse.
Bunnies?
Well, I'm here, so not that much can go wrong.
Hello, my
Could be
name
bunnies.
is Joanna, and I'll be playing Lara Applewood, your friendly neighborhood thieving pisky, and I am set to have some great Halloween fun.
Thank you, Joanna. And next up, we have Kitty.
Hi, everybody. Kitty Kimchi here. And tonight I'm going to be playing Alette, your mischievous zookeeping puka.
Thank you, Kitty. And last of the regular motley, but not by far the least, Anita.
Hi, everybody. I'm Anita. She, they pronouns. And tonight I will be playing Pen Devlin, your local Eshu storyteller who uses they, she pronouns. So tonight I decided to dress up as Pen in Fair Voile. So that's what we're going to get into tonight. I'm excited to see what kind of shenanigans we get into, especially after we failed to break down a door.
Yeah.
And we're meeting the Raccoon Lord of Toronto.
Oh, Phil, you'll love him. He's great.
That's it. That's all. That's me.
And joining us tonight for this very special episode is an equally very special guest player and a shenanigan master, Stephen.
Hi, everybody. Tonight I will be guest starring as Kalb Gamid, a mysterious stranger from the East, and his friend Norville, and the two of us will be the same player, two different characters. Cishet, he's all around at this point.
Wonderful. And I am Cliff, your storyteller, which means that I'm the one who starts the ball rolling at the start of every night and then watches it careen down the track and take lefts and rights with no signals whatsoever and end up in very interesting places requiring me to take furious notes for next week. So even though this is a Halloween special, and for a lot of games, the special is kind of a step aside out of the timeline, we are bang on in the middle of our timeline. Even though we are showing this, I believe, on either November the 31st is Sunday, so Wednesday would be November 3rd. Within the game frame, it's still going to be October 31st, just so that we can have a little extra fun with things. Just in case people are joining the Motley for the first time, Anita, do you want to bring them up to speed really quickly on what has happened so far and what happened last week?
Okay, so last week on Tales from the Rookery, our crew, after bringing Penn up to speed of all the things that they agreed to do while Penn was gone, and Penn's not mad at all, totally not mad, 100% cool, very cool. So cool. Decided to go to the studio once again to meet up with their point of contact. And Penn wound up signing a contract, agreeing to the terms of the job as well. They then began to head to a studio in which potentially our friend was holed up in, our glamour sink, as we were tending to call him. We found the portal to the Trod and to town. Unfortunately, it does not open until the full moon, 2 weeks.
New moon.
The new
No.
moon. Yeah, it only opens on the new moon with a sufficient amount of glamour. They attempted to get into a locked portion of the studio, which they had determined that was where their foe had been hiding out, but failed horribly and were not able to get the door open. And as a result, security was alerted to their presence. And I do remember mention of cameras, so guess what, everybody?
Ferrets.
Okay, just to do a little
Candid
quick
emoji.
just do a little quick housekeeping, because it's not quite a week between what had happened and this night, Halloween night. For the last several days, you haven't seen much of Mr. Donovan around. He's been pouring oil on troubled waters and calming things. Business has been progressing as per usual around the studio, but there has been a heightened level of security around the workshops at Revival, and around some of the studios at Revival. Donovan assures you that this will calm down within a couple of days, and it already seems to be stilling out. Lara, you were issued a brand new key card, and told once again that they're still working on it, but weirdly these key cards will just open all the doors in the place. We're really sorry. Try not to go where you're not supposed to go. And you can never quite find out where you're not supposed to go. Nobody's quite sure. It seems to be a case of if the door opens, well, what the heck, maybe you're supposed to be there. A couple of nights, just before Halloween, there was a little activity at the hospital. Everyone was incredibly shocked that for the first time in memory, Betty was taking a vacation. And she and Gertie and Misty all together, which caused even more whispers, because Gertie has not left the kitchen in anyone's memory either. And there's some interesting discussions about the fact that no one can remember a time when Gertie or Betty were not in the hospital. They've just always assumed to have been there. So they must have worked there for decades. They are off and taking a trip to visit Betty's family in Lancashire, England. And you have been told to, just kind of keep an eye on things and make sure everything is good for the night. When you each arrive individually at the hospital, it is decked out for Halloween. And Halloween is different for different people, whether you call it Samhain or Samhain or Halloween or Harvesttide. For some, it's about the religious aspects. For some, it's about the thinning of the veil and remembering those who have passed on. And for some, it's about the harvest and preparing for winter. And there are little displays where sheaths of dried corn and bales of hay and pumpkins and squashes and gourds of various sorts scattered around. There are carved pumpkins as well with little battery operated candles in them for the kids. Many of the kids are costumed up to one extent or another. Nurses are wearing and doctors are wearing costumes as well. There is trick-or-treating along the hallways around just before the dinner hour, 5, 6 o'clock, because they don't want to go too late. However, around the time that you would be arriving there, for the most part, those of you who weren't there earlier, around 7-ish or so, as the sun was starting to set, the hospital would start kind of be quieting down. And it would be your usual arrival, just not on a Thursday night. We're walking into the lobby, and you just missed Dave, the security guard, who just crossed the lobby. And the cleaner, Stephen, was off. You can hear him rundling his cart down one of the hallways. And there must have been a family just through here, because you can smell mom's perfume, and somebody had popcorn or French fries or something smelling salty and wonderful. But you just happen to miss people as you're going in. Now, where are you all meeting? Where are you accumulating? Let me know what you are doing on Sunday, the 31st of October at Sick Kids Hospital.
I went to hang out with Lara.
Penn has brought comic books from the Beguiling to pass out to bored kids in the hospital as part of a little bit of an outreach program from the local comic shop.
Oh, excellent. So you would have gotten there a little earlier then.
Yeah.
And the wards would have been bustling. There would have been people all over the place. And there would have been a lot of thankful kids. There's a lot of love for comic books.
Yeah. It's just like those little free comic book day edition that they've got so many extras of, a couple like first editions, promo copies, that sort of thing. So
I was thinking that Lily would have come in with maybe a couple of collected works of, spooky or Halloween tales, but like, not too scary sort of stories for the kids, and have like a special reading time with them before the evening, as kind of a, get into the feel of it kind of thing.
Okay.
Alette is handing out little gift bags from the zoo that has crayons in it, stickers of various animals dressed in Halloween costumes, coloring books, maybe a plushie.
That sounds like good gift bags.
I think Lara would have been over the course of the summer in a separate area of her little greenhouse on the roof. She would have been growing pumpkins. Not very big pumpkins, just those little ones. So she would have told Lee that she needs to be very quiet and not tell anybody about this place, the secret place that she has up on the roof, because she doesn't want to lose it. And I think she and Lee are going to pick some of those pumpkins to give away to the kids.
Yep. And Lee does it like very like super quietly as well. Just I'm sorry for picking you. Okay.
They can hear you, right?
I'm being very quiet.
No, I mean the pumpkins, they can hear you. They don't mind. Don't worry. It's
cool.
okay. It's okay, they don't mind.
She like holds pumpkin that's like just picked, puts it in the basket, pats it, goes to the next one.
They're fulfilling their Halloween destiny.
You might be pie or you might be jack-o'-lanterns. This is a high honor. This must be amazing.
All right. So we have enough. Let's take them down to the children's ward. And we sneak back down the stairs.
Okay. And the pumpkins are about, yay big, about the size of a fist, maybe a little larger. And are you just kind of like leaving them here and there, corner of a desk, edge of a bed?
I think so. Lee, what do you think? I think we'd be probably leaving them somewhere where the kids will be able to see them. Maybe a little bow on them or something like that.
That's a little fancy. Maybe just a little.
Fair. That's fair.
And start the rumor of just like, it's the Great Pumpkin or something like that.
The Pumpkin King has come to deliver your yearly pumpkin.
He says hi and take care of your pumpkin.
Okay. And so what time is the Motley going to kind of coalesce?
Mm. Well, when does the hospital normally have like their, everybody sort of go to their rooms and eat and then go to bed sort of time?
About 6:30, 7 o'clock. Everything, as I said, starts to quieten down. Kids are ushered back to their rooms, whether they're private, semi-private, or ward rooms. Nurses get back to doing the rounds. Bits of costume are set aside, but they're not completely doffed. And everything seems to be kind of settling in for the evening.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's probably as good a time as any, because we kind of be in the way of like trying to coordinate that and whatever. So maybe the freehold upstairs.
Meet outside the door to the freehold.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you mean outside the door of the freehold? Who's got the key tonight?
Not it.
Ah, damn.
Cut your snoot.
So
Okay. Alette,
she
roll me-
unzips her onesie, reaches down in there, kind of shakes some things around.
Actually, roll me your willpower. Sixes and up, please. I'm
Okay.
gonna do it backwards today just for fun. 2, not quite enough to hang on to it. So yeah, you search inside for pockets where you're pretty sure the key was.
Laura.
Is our masked bandit responsible?
Storyteller?
Lara, what's
Pockets?
in your pockets?
Empty your pocket.
And your left pocket is got a couple of tongue depressors in it, and some other odds and ends of cotton balls, medical supplies. But yes, in your right hand pocket, down underneath a few odds and sods, is an appropriate key.
Where did you even get a candy apple?
I was wondering why my pocket was a little bit sticky. Ew, ew, ew.
Note to self: next time, don't have a craving for apples or candy apples, and then vocalize it around Lara. I didn't need it at the time.
All right. Well, apparently here's a non-sticky key. And she passes it to Lily. Here.
Okay. Sure.
Because if I touch it, if I have it, it's going to wind up back in my pocket. So why don't you keep it?
Okay, sure. Well, okay, so I'll just
It's a Sunday, but
well, they said it should still work because of what day it is.
Yeah,
Night.
they said it's a special day, so I'm hoping that they're not wrong. But then again, they're not usually wrong.
Haven't been yet. So, storyteller, does the key open the door?
You just slide the key in, and weirdly, it doesn't turn the way it's supposed to. But as you wiggle it, it turns freely the other way.
Oh no.
That's never good.
What? That? Why is it? It won't work regular, but it works.
I was gonna say you're turning it the wrong way.
I know it shouldn't even go this way.
Well,
That's not how keys go.
Should I keep going with this?
Well, I mean, we're supposed to watch after it tonight, so maybe it's just going to be a little different tonight. So we'll just hope that it.
Or do you want to try?
Maybe it only turns
And-
that way once a year.
And I mean, Betty and the others have looked after this place for heaven knows how long.
Long
So
time.
we might as well just open the door. What can possibly go wrong? They haven't told us any horror stories about things that happen on Samhain. So
Yeah, but they're
To
here.
think they would have.
they would have warned us if something was going to go sideways or key
no.
was going to open differently.
You know, though, when they say when you say what could possibly go wrong, like, I mean, it's Halloween,
I
and there's
mean-
like every horror movie that I've ever watched, when they say what could possibly go wrong, everything goes wrong. So
Here's the thing though, is even if I say what could possibly go wrong and everything goes terribly, horribly wrong, and we make it out perfectly fine at the end, think of the story it's going to be. It's going to be a good story.
This is true.
yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a good story. It's okay. Let's do it.
And we'll laugh about it later.
Uh,
And Pen is going to open the door and step in.
Besides, we were the bluebirds. What could happen? Looks
You
at Pen as
guys,
he's
the
taking
pair
it
of you. Just what could
Okay.
I help it.
Hey,
I'm a
what
shit
could go
disturber.
wrong? Gosh, I don't know.
Stepping into the
Still going
the,
in the room.
stepping in into the space, and it looks and feels like it usually does, but a little different. Everyone roll me your willpower, please. And you need 9s and 10s.
Wow.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Ooh,
Fortunately, it's the start of the night, so you're at full willpower.
But you're saying it. No, I'm kidding.
I have 1 9 and a 10.
9 and a 10.
I've got a 9 and 2 10s.
no, nothing. Zilch, nada.
An 8 and a 7. Or what did you say it had to be?
9s
and
and
10s.
10s.
Oh,
a 10.
nothing.
Okay. So
Zippity-doo-dah.
one of the things that nobody has really told you about, taught you much about, and you've kind of actually, you would know this, Pan, but maybe it slipped your mind. Same thing with Lily, is that on Samhain, when you step into the dreaming, your unseelie side tends to take over. Everything seems to flip a little bit. Now, for the two of you that didn't actually get any successes at all, Lara, so the knave. The knave likes to encourage, tempt, or trick targets into indulging in their hidden desires. Nothing is as wonderful as transforming the sweet into the sordid, the innocent into the depraved. The knave just likes to have fun. Lily, let me snag yours. I remember right, it is the Pandora. The Pandora just can't leave any box shut. No mystery is allowed to be left alone. No secret is allowed to be left laying on its own. You need to stick your nose into, the more forbidden something is, the more you need to find out why. So
I
you
already
take your
had that
natural
problem.
you take your natural curiosity and please turn it up to 12. We're skipping 11.
Uh-oh.
The two of you with 2 successes, well, actually all 3 of you had 2 successes, wasn't it?
I had 3.
Oh no, Penn had 3. You're affected to a much lesser degree. Your willpower is allowing you to kind of, you're feeling it a little bit. Lee, you're a fatalist. And what a fatalist is you just know that the world is deeply flawed and you expect things to, you're being pessimistic tonight, just a little bit. You know, when things go wrong, you're expecting them to go wrong a little more.
Oh, this is what could happen. Great.
Exactly. You're going
I'm
from your
Eeyore.
usual
Okay.
yes, you're going from your usual positive, bouncy Tigger-like self to a bit more of an Eeyore. That's an
Do we need
excellent
to
way of
put some
putting it.
ears on the side of your hoodie now?
You'll find your tail inside
Yeah.
my pocket. That's probably what's going
God
to happen.
damn it, you guys. Guys, it's just so hard.
Alette, you didn't select an unseelie legacy, so I get to give you one. Hee hee. And so we're going to take you up to 10 as well and pass it on the way to 12. Your unseelie legacy is the Fool, and the Fool just likes pranks and tricks. The Fool lives to laugh at other people. The Fool knows there's no underlying purpose to the world, so it's time to have fun. And Pen, I don't have an unseelie legacy for you either. What would be fitting for an issue? Oh, those are both excellent.
Highs and lows.
I'm looking at the Riddler or the Ringleader, and I'm kind of liking the Ringleader. Just because you have taken much of a kind of a leadership stand among the motley at times. The Ringleader is brutally expert. And you're going to be just a little more insistent tonight that you're right and you know what the group should be doing. Again, 3 successes, so not a whole lot. You know, you're just going to be feeling a little more positively right than you usually do. All of those past lives and remembrances are helping you feel that you know what's going on. Whether you actually do or not, well, we'll find out over the next little while. So there you are. When you enter the freehold as well, there are 5 cups. Actually, sorry, there are 7 teacups lined up underneath the balefire with a little note written in Gertie's handwriting that says, you know, just add boiling water, you'll know when.
Well, this is quite the surprise. I wasn't expecting it to be all ready for us.
You gotta make our own tea.
Well, Gertie had to have a reason to set things up this way, so
This is
we
true.
just have to go around. Just go with it.
Never did find out how she always had the kind of tea we wanted.
I
Well,
don't
we could
know,
find
she knows so
out.
much.
Has anybody ever looked in the cupboards? Maybe we
Oh, I
could
looked
look
through
and
all
see.
of them. They're fine.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. I had to clean them out and reorganize them.
Oh.
Hmm.
And did you find lots of different types of tea?
A little bit of tea, a little bit of food.
I think we should
Holding out
have
on anybody.
biscuits.
Biscuits?
Biscuits. We should have biscuits with our tea.
That sounds nice.
Okay. Do we have biscuits? And Pen's gonna open up one of the cupboards and grab out a little tin of biscuits.
Actually, yes, there are several little tins of biscuits there, apparently.
Wait a minute.
Good enough idea as any. All right. So add boiling water, you know when. Well, that's delightfully cryptic like everything else. Now?
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't
Now's the right
know.
time.
I mean,
No.
Okay. I think I know. I know.
what about midnight?
Or 3 witching hour.
Oh, yeah.
Probably witching hour. Would Penn know when specifically? Or is it just something that's stupid cryptic like it always is?
Would Lily know?
It's no. The note just says you'll know when, but nothing triggers as to a specific time to have tea on Samhain.
I mean, there's 2 more cups of tea. Maybe when 2 other people show up.
Possibly. Well, then who are the 2 others?
Well,
They're
I mean, it's kind
friends.
of because she makes us tea when we're well, when they, have been telling us different things to teach us stuff, or if we're having a bad day.
Well, maybe we need to find someone who's having a bad day.
I'm having a bad day.
Oh, sweetie, it's gonna be okay.
Well, whoever it is that is supposed to be here is quite obviously very late, and we should just go and do this without them.
No, I don't
Shouldn't we?
think so.
That
Oh,
doesn't
come on.
sound right.
Oh, of course it sounds
If
right.
there's
Oh,
seven
don't you just
cups,
want
then
your
obviously
tea?
there's 7 place settings.
Oh, you
so
want
we
your
have to
tea
wait.
though. Come on.
I mean, I definitely want tea. I could
I
die of
want
thirst
tea.
or hunger. That's like the worst that could happen.
Yeah,
Or
but
if I
that
do
takes
eat
at least
something,
3 days. You
I could
can't just
choke on
like
something.
spontaneously do that. And no.
Well, and
Right.
isn't it a little
Allergy
rude
to
to be so
tea.
late to a tea party?
I mean,
Well,
Is
how
it a
do
tea
they
party?
know when to be here?
Maybe they got a cryptic message from Gertie as well, saying, "You'll know when."
Well, then
At
it could
this
be any
point-
time at all.
It's at this point, since Alette is a cat, she kind of knocks over a little canister of biscuits to bop Lee on the head.
Hey,
See? We should really start because those biscuits are now going to be wasted.
Let's
Mhm.
no. Well, I mean, I biscuits either way. I don't care because I can't eat them.
and the biscuits are now on the floor, and that could attract ants. Do we want ants in the freehold?
We do
Well,
not
we could,
want
clean
there
them.
are no
Yeah, but
ants in the
if they're on the
freehold.
floor, you're not going to eat them. Are you going to eat floor biscuits?
I'm gonna
5-second rule. It's more
I'm
than 5
gonna
seconds.
pop out for a second of the freehold.
Fine.
Are you telling me that the dreaming doesn't have ants?
They could be huge ants.
Wow.
Not
Okay.
this.
It's too much.
specific
I'm stepping
area.
outside of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so you both step outside of the room?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
who's stepping outside of the room?
Pen.
And Lily.
Okay, you open the door to exit the freehold, and everyone roll me an awareness plus perception, please. 7s and up.
Okay. Awareness.
Yes,
I'm just
please.
trying to find.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
you
not
did
on the
something-
What?
worksheet.
No. Alertness. I keep sorry. I keep mixing up changeling and vampire.
This is not
Alertness.
this is
Cool.
not that game. Don't do that, please.
Wrong game, sorry.
What
Wrong
did
Does
game,
we do?
it is.
insightful apply?
Yes, you can double your 10s.
Okay. Thank you.
What are the successes
Uh,
again?
7s and up.
2 successes.
What's my armor class?
I got 2 successes, one of which is a 10.
5 successes. 1 10.
1
5
success.
successes. Okay, Doris, so Pen and Lily, which of you has your hand on the door handle?
I think Pen grabs it first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pen went first.
That makes sense. It's about halfway open. You haven't even gotten to see outside, and you feel what? Have you ever felt an actual physical change in air pressure?
Yes.
That kind of weird body thump.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like. And you get that immediately. Everybody else gets it a moment or two later as the door continues to swing further open. Gonna open it all the way?
Yes.
The corridor outside is kind of weirdly lit. It feels like it's lit like it should be, but it's kind of shadowy too, sort of dimmer in a weird sort of way. And at 5 successes, you can't hear anybody outside. There's no sound from the ward. There's no sound from the nurse's station. There's always that background of something going on. All you can hear is
A monitor,
a
something.
light
that hum.
hum of machinery.
Are we in a Langolier situation?
What did we do?
I don't like this. All right.
Oh, this is bad.
So, yeah, here we go. Okay. So bad news, good news.
Just start with the good news. That'll soften us up for the bad news.
I don't know if there's good news. That's a lie.
Well,
Guess good news is that we can leave the room.
What is the bad news?
that there's a
Um,
catch.
That I think that outside, because it's Samhain, the sort of border between the dreaming and like the mundane world is there's that bleed. Remember how we always talked about how there's always that little bit of bleed at times,
Ooh.
like Samhain or other important
So
holidays.
wait, did you actually, you've opened it, but are you outside the room?
Penn is going to step outside very briefly.
Okay.
No, I was just wondering if we
Oh,
would
wait,
see your voil, but still happening out there.
Yeah, Penn's going to step outside.
Yeah, and I take it Lily's watching to see what she sees. Hey, it's interesting. Her voil does not go away like it usually does.
Oh, that's
So-
weird.
So, yeah, the space is the veil is thin, and outside this room is very close to the dreaming.
Oh boy.
Mm. Mm.
So your voil will stay.
Okay, that's okay, but since I look like Lily, that's
Yeah.
going to be problematic.
A little bit. It
'Cause
could
there's
just be
gonna
your
be
Halloween. Remember how like there's like Halloween costumes and you're like, oh, I'm dressing up as so and so. There, you can always use that as an
Can we
excuse if we run into any Mondays.
Can we fool the people though?
Oh yeah, we can totally fool people.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I think.
Well, so if it's thin, then we could
Also-
do more than usual.
Yes. Also, we had a plan for tonight
I forgot. Oh, I'm
Plan?
sorry.
to try and get out of one of our deals.
Oh,
Mm.
So how do we want to get out of it?
yes.
Who wants to go archfey hunting?
Hmm.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay, let's do that. Let's go hunting.
2 big rules. Number 1, no one gets inconvenienced or hurts or trips. Number 2, no one
But-
dies.
I will
But-
never make sure. I'll make sure that nobody dies and nobody gets hurt.
So I thought we had discussed to not split the party.
Yes,
Maybe?
we did
Yes.
agree to not split the party. So we
Avoid
would
the
have to
air,
make
all
a
Halloween.
choice. Do we want to see if we can find the Baroness, or do we want to see if we can find our friend who we signed a contract with?
How about we find both?
Yeah, but
Whoever we
then
find
then
first.
that's that. Well,
Why don't we find
If-
the Baroness?
we have
Because
a
that
serendip-
oath is
well,
kind of
wait.
scary.
wait. If we have the serendipity of like we're always able to come in here and like it like we never run into people we're not supposed to when we come in here. Maybe because of what day it is, what time it is of the year, that maybe it's like that elsewhere.
So, are you saying that all the dice
Mm.
that we roll are going to be 10s?
No, but I
No,
am saying that
definitely
maybe we could run into who we need to.
Well, here's the thing: is during this time, higher ranking Fae will disguise themselves
Right.
to blend into the populace so that they're harder to find, which is part of the game.
Right.
How do we like what powers do we have that can sense them?
I guess whatever powers we do have, I just swim.
Same ones we always get.
Okay. I'm just
It's,
wondering.
it's not
'cause-
like we get new cool toys. It's just
Well,
stuff works better today.
I mean, it's such a special day, so I was kind of hoping we'd get new cool toys. I mean, don't you want new cool toys?
I mean, I think you
Well,
gotta,
sure I do.
I think you gotta spend the points to get the new cool toys. If that makes sense.
What kind of new
Um,
cool toys do we need out of character that we can buy with the XP that we haven't spent?
That's right. Are we gonna do that now? Is this just gonna be a
Oh,
bookkeeping
yeah,
episode?
No,
That's
we
it?
are not
No.
doing bookkeeping. No.
Level up episode. Here's the other question. Alette, can you change back into like a more humanoid form, or are you stuck like a cat right now?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Well, but
Was that
Okay.
just meows, or was that Alette talking? Like a talking cat?
A talking cat.
Oh
Like
my god, I love
Salem?
it.
Oh my god, she's like that cat from that one with the three crazy witches. I think his name was like
yes.
Sphinx or something like that.
No.
Rose knows that
Oh,
character.
no, that's a movie. That's a movie. No, I was thinking of the what is it? Something teenage witch. There's a cat named Salem.
One of you could try to carry me.
It might make me feel better.
Lara, yeah.
Goes to pick her.
Lara
goes to pick
passes.
her up.
Yeah.
Goes to pick her up. It just looks like the most uncomfortable position that Elette's been in. It's like, no, I don't feel better. Puts her down.
Okay, Lara picks her
What-
up again and puts her
Oh,
into the crook of her arm and kind of looks at her and is like, "All right, is that okay?"
Yes, that's fine.
Little baby.
Give Alette some
Okay.
chin scritches.
Where are you going, Motley?
downstairs.
Okay. You again, the hallway's kind of just weirdly lit, just kind of dim. Press the button though, and it lights up for the elevator. Elevator door opens with a ding. And as you're getting in the elevator and the doors are closing, from outside, somewhere around the nurse's station, maybe just before the doors close, you hear someone or something go,
That's a good sign.
That didn't sound right at all.
doors closed.
We're gonna die.
And, we closed the door to the freehold though.
I'm going to assume that you did because I'm going to figure that none of you is the last one in will always close the door. If it had happened once before that it was left open, I'm sure that words were had and no one will ever forget that. So the doors open in the lobby. The lobby, of course, is a big open space. It's got the gift and tuck shop over to one side. It's got a couple of nice festival displays for harvest time and for Halloween, these balloons, gourds, pumpkins, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Some of them are marked up with faces, some of them are not. If you know anything about lobbies for hospitals, much like the bigger hotels, of course, it's multiple levels high, multiple stories high, and it's almost like an atrium. There's glass over the top and then glass down the front, huge expanse of glass that you can see out of. And it's got 5 revolving doors and a couple of push-through doors, which are normally locked. There is currently, as you step out of the elevators and look out, no outside. You look at the glass, and I'm not sure that everybody is old enough, but do you remember what a TV set looks like when it's got snow on it?
Yes.
That's what you see outside the glass.
Oh, that's not right. Not right.
Hate snow on Halloween. Ugh.
It's not snow.
Oh, great. Yeah. Hi, everybody. The friendly little cackle that we had. Yeah. Oh boy. I guess we need to start going on a different kind of hunt. Find the person that's responsible for this and
No.
get the heck out of the hospital. Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Nothing
What?
can possibly go
Pen,
wrong.
pen,
It's gonna be a
pen,
great story.
pen,
What's going on?
pen,
You sound like
pen.
you're spiraling, so I'm gonna assume right now we're all gonna die.
I'm just kind of like try and like maybe pat her forearms or shoulders, whichever is more easily without being invasively reachable. Just go, Pen.
Yep.
Please to say what is it that is going on that you know?
Well, door opens wrong. Outside not available. Inside is inside. Still same but different. Something's trapped us in the hospital.
Oh, could have just opened with that. We're gonna die.
Told
Which
you we should have
means-
had that tea.
Well, maybe the tea is for the person that's trapped us in the hospital. So if we find them, we can offer them tea later on.
So, but you said you thought something to do with that weird laugh we heard.
Yeah. That's probably who we need to find. That's probably definitely
Okay.
who we need to find.
Oh boy.
So that floor? We should go
Well,
back.
we can always start going floor by floor. We don't want to split the party though.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
As you're starting to turn back towards the elevators, one of the revolving doors starts to revolve.
That's fun.
That's my cue. Okay, so as the door revolves around, you see entering the lobby, for all the world looking terribly cold, is a tall, lanky man dressed in what looks like vintage clothing from the 70s. He's got a faded army jacket on. He's got brown corduroy pants with semi-bell bottoms. He's got long, shaggy hair that comes down to his shoulders, a handlebar mustache, a little unshaven. At first it looks like he's got a bunch of snow on him, like as if he's coming from a blizzard. And as he shakes it off and brushes it off his shoulders, it starts to flicker like static from an old TV screen and dissolve into the air. So he's kind of like brushing the static off him like snow as it sparkles and twinkles and dissolves around him. And as he's finished sort of shaking off the snow and kind of getting his bearings, he looks around the lobby and his eyes kind of narrow as he sees it. He's clearly not willing to make the first move in terms of he's watching quite intently and alertly. Looks like he's ready to do he's still assessing the situation. Not clear if it's fight or flight, but definitely watching.
Alright, Pen, go for
Security, can you give us your name,
Laura,
please?
there isn't any.
Hi.
Hi, we're security. Give us your name, please.
Oh, that one. Yes.
Okay, a skeptical look crosses over his face and he remains silent. He looks you up and down, and seeing as you look like a bunch of, I assume, teenagers to him, he kind of dismisses you and is clearly looking for somebody who is in charge, an adult, anybody.
Penn is about 25 and is going to step forward, kind of like the older looking one out of the bunch.
Yeah. No.
Hi.
Lily's middle 20s too.
Hi, nice
Yes,
to meet
that's
you.
Lara, actually.
May I have your name, please?
He looks down and he goes, my name's Norville, and I gotta ask you, you know what's going on here?
Something's got us stuck in here. I don't think we can quite go outside just yet.
On a
Well,
positive
like-
note, it's snowing.
I just
Snow,
that
snow,
is-
snow.
Not snow.
no, that's not snow. That is something that should not be here, and it looks like it's coming from this building. So
You would be correct.
I got to tell you, I would not go back out there. I'm not sure I could keep myself together, and that was a really weird kind of sensation. So, listen, it's real nice to meet you. Your Halloween costumes are like amazing, but I got to find my buddy, and we got to figure out what's going on here because it is not supposed to. You know, there. You guys can see there's something wrong with this building. This is not the way
100%.
it's supposed to be.
Also,
Mhm.
there's no people in here. It's just us.
So far.
That
we know.
doesn't because I'm not a good actor, that does not seem to phase him even in a little bit. He's like almost sorry, let me put it this way, in a clear sense he's like, and so that's the usual whatever. More importantly, if we don't figure out how to fix what's going on with this building soon, It could be, and he says something that you heard the word, you understood what he meant, that it would be bad, but then the word goes out of your mind entirely. Like it's like he said the word black, but that you didn't ever know that word, the word, you can't think of that word. Like it just slides out of your brain. So you know he said something, a term that is a technical term that means something really awful, but if anyone were to ask you what the hell the word was, you would not be able to say it.
Did you catch that?
Tell me, can I sort of like, I kind of want to try like kenning to figure out what this guy's deal is.
Oh, wait a minute.
Is that something that I could do with like perception and kenning?
I bet I have a feeling Lily could do something with that.
You could roll, anyone who wants to can roll perception plus kenning. Your insight would work, so it would double 10s, but because of the situation where you are and what he is, you would need 9s and 10s.
9s and 10s?
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes, it's because it's actually an active, he has a passive power that is pushing back against your kenning.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Took that. It's on my character sheet.
It is 2 successes because I rolled 110 out of my entire pool of.
Oh, ow.
I have a big pool for this.
Okay.
I got 6
One
dice to roll,
success.
I was only able to hit one.
Do you want me to lore
Two
dump, or do
successes.
you want to do it, storyteller?
I got 2 10s.
Hang on. Let's see
Ooh, there's
what the
4.
rest got. That's
I have
no,
one's
that's
9
no.
and a
She
10.
doesn't have a
Oh, you don't have
specialization.
you don't
So
have specialists.
it's just 2.
Yeah.
And then Alette got 2.
No, but
I have 2
Okay.
9s and a 10.
Oh, 3.
ooh,
Okay. And Lee?
Bupkis.
Yep.
Still don't know what that word
Okay.
is. Like,
Okay, so Alette, probably because she's in cat form, is able to detect a little more of what you are. Hand them a little bit.
Okay.
Again, 3. It was 3 to figure it out roughly. So yeah, hand them a little.
Am I allowed to spill the beans, or should I send it in private messages? How do you guys play this?
No, you can spill it. They tend to
Okay,
talk with each
so
other
for-
a lot.
Those of you who had 2 successes definitely smelled the stink of the lost, or it tastes somewhere between a slua and a vampire. It's weird and kind of hollow. That's the kind of the flavor of the glamour that's coming off it. Those of you with 3 or more successes see dead people. Not vampire, not a zombie. No, this is a ghost, but he looks solid, 3-dimensional, and present, and there. And that is not a normal thing.
It's like
It's at
Nichols.
this point, Alette starts hissing, and she goes from being a cat to a humanoid type thing, wearing a
Okay,
stitch onesie.
and
I
Lara's
immediately
like,
take a step back in shock.
okay.
oh gosh.
Okay, storyteller.
Yes.
Unless they have a magic to bind me, I'm going to be using one of Norville's powers to freak out and make an expeditious retreat, because that was shocking, scary, and alarming to him. The cat turning into a lady thing.
I
Does
don't
this-
think that they have a way to bind you.
Sure don't. Unless
I don't know.
unless I have a power over the I don't have naming, so I couldn't do anything with that.
Anything, I'd say, considering the circumstances, I would be open to anything that can charm a person, which normally wouldn't work on a spirit will, because in this weird time, we're all one thing and another at the same. So I would be more willing to be open to.
Does the fact that he willingly gave Penn his name, does that actually have any
Let me just look at chicanery powers real quick.
have any effect whatsoever? Because that's what I was kind of getting at, giving the name sort of thing. So
Possibly, but once you're dead, your name doesn't mean as much.
Fair.
But you don't
that's
have the
fair.
whole thing.
That's fair.
You don't have the whole thing. I think if you had his full name, yes, absolutely. Nailed. But he only gave you his first name.
Okay,
Mm.
that's not quite enough to do. I do have
Sorry,
something,
Cliff,
though.
I don't mean to run roughshod.
Yeah,
over you.
Um, okay, so if he's going to run, I would like to use chicanery, potentially to do dream logic, to make it so that it's like he is running in a dream. So it's like that water slogged run where you can't quite get the speed that you want. And if he manages to escape, he comes right back out the elevator door. Like just passing through it.
Give me a second to check something. Lily, check your message in your chat, please.
How do I?
Oh, down at the
Do I just click the
down-
direct
down-
message or?
no, down at the bottom. I just sent you a little message. You should be able to read it.
I see.
Let me check because the ledger domain
It's
has.
chicanery, but
Yeah, no, chicanery. Chicanery, I'm pretty sure ledger domain has got one that's applicable too. So I could definitely see your chicanery, and that could work.
I have an ensnare.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, okay.
Hang on a second. There's metamorphosis. I gotta redo my alphabet so I know what I'm talking about. There we go. Yeah, the level 1 ensnare, which will slow or stop a target.
Okay. And since this is right away, I will have to spend a glamour on it because it's a sort of a stab decision. I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't have time to do I wouldn't have time to do a bunk like you want to see a magic trick and then just do like the quick little finger slide.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to unleash, which is actually gonna cost you 2 glamour.
Doing it right
So
now.
has she okay, so he's trying to run away
Yes.
Yeah.
and you're trying to do something.
I'm just gonna do a quick like some of those gourds that are in one of the displays. Some vines sprout up at them and sort of wrap around his ankles, ensnaring him.
Actually, if you want a fast bunk, there is a display right beside you. Just grab a handful of vegetable material and wrap it around your wrist. I would allow that as a bunk.
Okay.
So that it'll only cost you 1 glamour instead of 2.
Okay, then that's what I.
And then the same thing will happen in Orville. So I would like you to roll for me your ledger domain plus actor, and let's give it 6s and above, please.
Okay, sounds good. 4, 5, and 2 more. It is 3 successes.
And that's enough to wrap the vines and stop him from immediately running. So Norville's ankles, they're not grabbed and shoved together, but Norville kind of turns and suddenly his feet are not moving.
Sorry, you're a little different and we're a little bit different too, if that makes sense.
Like, clearly, he's looking down with shock at the vines wrapped around his calves. Well, you seem to have got me. What is it you want?
Well, I mean, if you're looking for your friend and we think there's someone that's responsible for this, maybe they're with the same person and we can help each other.
He starts laughing. I sincerely doubt my friend is with whoever did this. In fact, if anything, my friend is trying to find me so we can find whoever did this and put a stop to it. It's real bad news. The last thing we want is for everybody's soul to get eaten because of an unintelligible word that you cannot keep in your brain.
What
What
are
the
these
hell you mean, soul
words?
getting eaten? You want to run that by me again?
Yeah, that's kind of
Yes.
a problem.
Like, can't you feel it, man? The worlds of the dead and the worlds of magic, they're being smashed together like 2 infinities. We got to get them apart again, or it could end up unintelligible word, crazy concept, thing that slides out of your brain 3, 4 more times. And that will just destroy the entire building at a minimum.
Yep. Now, just as a storyteller note for the players, the words that are slipping out of your brain are not something that you would recognize and get annoyed with. It's just a word that just doesn't stay in your brain. The concept stays in there. You believe you heard
The
a word.
impression.
If somebody asked, you wouldn't be able to tell what the word is.
Yeah, the emotional
Alright.
weight of the
Oh,
word.
it's just on the
remains.
tip of my tongue. He said, wait, I got it. So yeah, so there's nothing there. It's a lot like majesty and sovereign. There's nothing there to rail against.
It's just,
It's, you are kind of going, okay, I understand completely.
yeah, you
But
understand
if
the concept,
somebody
but the
else-
word is not
yeah,
there.
If somebody
Okay.
else asked you, it would
And
escape.
if you were to ask him again, what was that word? He would tell you, and you would go, "Of course." You know what I mean? Again, it's this. Oh, right. You mean it can get really frustrating.
Well, here's the thing: is like we know this building better than anybody. Some
I
of
certainly
us
do.
have been patients here. Some of us have work here.
Mhm.
So if anybody has a good chance of finding a friend, it's us. And also, we might be a little bit responsible.
Maybe we don't know yet.
Well, if it's two infinities kind of smashing about each other with like the world of magic, we've got a whole portal to the world of magic upstairs.
Well,
Oh,
what
Look,
does your
this
friend?
is
What does your friend look like?
that is a real interesting question. I guess it depends on how he's feeling. Tall fella, kind of a round baby face, brown hair. He likes to dress in kind of comfortable, roby things. He pops in and out. He's a little irritable, but I don't know why I'm giving you his whole life story.
Well,
This would be a lot.
I
This would be a
just
lot
wanna know-
faster if I
okay.
could. And he's reached. I'm just
Laris-
saying, he reaches out an index finger and he's about to touch Pen in the forehead.
Uh,
I'm gonna let it happen.
Lara.
You let.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Lara's gonna go, like, there's plants basically all around. There's plant life in various containers, boxes, and things like that all around this lobby, right? So Lara's going to lean in really, really, really close to one of those plants, storyteller, whichever one you choose, and she's going to give that description and ask if they've seen that friend.
And there is a whisper like wind going through the cluster of plants in the ferns that are just along there in one of those wooden boxes that is a divider, and it's a whole lot of no.
Nothing? You didn't see? Did you see anybody come through? Since everybody was emptied out, since it became empty, nobody else came in?
You.
Oh. Well, thank
Pen
you
is getting.
anyway.
Sorry, Pen is getting a private message with what is in the finger message.
Boop. I'm getting the
The boop.
upload.
that's a potent boop.
I think Pen's eyes go kind of like milky white for a second
Whoa.
as she begins to get this uplink message of everything that's going on.
It's like the Matrix.
Well, I know Kung Fu after this. That's how this is gonna work. Oh. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, it's like she just came in, then went back in again.
Hey, go ahead.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Let's find your friend. And let's try and figure out exactly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We can try and find a friend, and then we can try and find who's responsible, and then we can all have a cup of tea.
What
Ah.
are you all working with here, Pen? What's up?
His friend is very important, and can definitely help us with this. I can't tell you too much is the only problem, but you got to trust me. You trust me, right?
You? Yes. Him? I don't know.
I
I don't
trust him.
trust him.
Perfect timing, because just as Lily finishes saying that, Norville gives Pen a salute, closes his eyes, and dissolves into basically a very stereotypical and almost Hollywood cliche kind of misty white ghost thing that sinks through the floor.
Okay, so we got to go to the records room.
Oh. Well, that was a thing.
Yeah, he's a dead person.
Are we gonna die? I trust you, Pen.
I'm just gonna say that his friend has the power to probably stop all of this and help us with this. And a lot of
Okay.
things that are happening are very much above our pay grade and above our league.
Gotcha.
Oh, goody.
Ah,
Okay.
Let's find the guy and
That's about
not
all I
die.
can tell you for now. We'll find out.
Not much new. Okay, so
Cool.
records room.
Records
Records
room.
room.
That would be in the basement, right?
Oh, basements. Don't
Yeah.
like basements.
Ah, it's a typical Halloween horror film
Basement on
trope.
Halloween.
Ugh.
Mm, okay.
Let's do this.
Yep.
Elevator, stairwell, where are we going?
I don't know that I trust the elevator right now, so I'm gonna say stairwell. Might be quicker.
Stairwell.
Stairwell.
Good idea.
Okay. As you head towards the stairwell, the PA comes alive and says, code green, 7th floor. Code green, 7th floor.
Storyteller, would we know what code green is?
Yeah.
Because we've been
Okay.
around the hospital a lot.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Let me
Incidentally, Lee might, or Lee and Lara might, because they've been in the hospital for a while.
Well, yeah, because I'm
Yeah,
like, well,
actually-
Lily's there a lot too. So
Okay. Code green is an evacuation call.
They're evacuating
yeah.
the 7th floor.
Yeah, what she said, it's bad. We probably, yeah. It doesn't sound like that's
yeah,
not
but
a.
that doesn't make any sense. We're the only ones here.
Are we?
Are we?
No, what I mean is who's making the code? It can't be a hospital person.
Pan.
Not me.
Actually, Cliff, is it one of those like an automated things, like something that like triggers it,
Like a button being pressed.
or is there
Not
an
that,
alarm or
you,
something?
No.
not that you've heard before. No, that's usually a PA
Okay.
announcement type thing.
Yeah, it's like, well, in hospitals, it's normally just somebody over the intercom talking. There's not like automated
And it's not a
codes.
voice that anybody recognizes from like Lara or Lee.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like anybody from security or from the director's office or anything like that.
It's a PA, and there are a lot of people in this hospital. It's not a voice that is immediately recognizable, but could be maybe.
Mm,
Now, the bank of elevators, you see the two rightmost elevators, the lights were both previously on the ground floor, and now they're both going up.
that's odd.
I think we should see what's going on. In the
Pen's gonna
7th
take to
floor.
the stairs and run up to the 7th floor.
Lee's right behind her.
Yeah, Lara too.
Okay.
But the thing is, in the
everybody-
event of emergency evacuation, they would not be taking the elevator, they'd be taking the stairs.
It'd be interesting to see.
And-
Is there anybody flowing down the staircase as the motley runs up the stairs? Okay.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like, well, Lily is
empty-
going to
empty
follow the
staircase.
rest of the group so that she's not separated, but Lily doesn't think this is a good idea.
Oh no, it's most
Everyone
definitely a
give me-
bad idea.
Oh, it's a terrible idea.
Everyone,
but the
everyone
story.
give me a stamina plus athletics with, let's say, 5 and above. Well, let's make it fairly easy.
Ooh, I was
And as a
built for
nerd,
this.
I will remind you all.
Lee's a motherfucking Olympic athlete. 4
Oh my god.
successes.
Nice.
I rolled a
Sorry,
9
you
and
said
a
what?
10.
5 and above?
5 and above.
Yeah, 4 successes.
I only had 3 dice to roll, and I got a 9 on one and a 10 on another.
Okay.
Pen's gonna start puffing around floor
And
3.
in the spirit of
1 success.
Halloween, this is 4 successes that are all 6s.
Okay. And Alette?
I have 3 9s, a 10, and a 5.
Ooh.
Damn. Okay, well, we know who's in really good shape. Lee gets to the 9th floor, just behind Alette.
I mean,
Both
seventh
of them
floor.
feeling really
Just
good. Or
built. You
sorry,
just
seventh
built two
floor.
more floors.
Yeah, don't do
To
that.
the 7th floor. Pen is indeed starting to lose her wind at about the 3rd floor and is slogging. Lily and Lara are
Pen took
doing.
off first, but
Yeah.
everybody like runs
Yeah,
past
yeah.
Pen at this point.
We all lapped you.
I run back, grab Pen, put her on my back, and start running.
Now
Would
who's
that be any
carrying who?
successes? Yeah, would that be any successes? I'll allow it.
And Lee's just like, you had
That's like-
resistance. How?
That's like a reverse Uno card.
I work in a
So-
comic book shop all day. What do you expect?
Those diamond boxes are
Okay.
heavy duty.
You're the
Weirdly.
I'm
brave.
not built
We're
for
the
speed. I'm built
brawn.
for strength, but I'm not even built for that either.
I
Weirdly,
built this one.
as much as the elevator is a smooth mechanical method of getting up to the floor, you, Motley, even with the darting back, grabbing Pen and carrying her up the last, throw open the door, and several things happen all at the same time. Just as you get onto the floor, everything is quiet for just that moment. And then from around the corner of the nurse's station, somewhere over there, you hear that little again.
Oh,
As
man.
both elevator doors ping and both open. One is an empty elevator. The second one,
The second one goes ding, the doors slide open, and a large humanoid figure is pushed out into the atrium area where the nurse's station is. And at first it looks like he's wearing black robes, but you realize it's just a typical kind of a long coat billowing around him, and he's got might be wrists, might be tentacles in each hand, and he's clearly in deep hand-to-hand combat with something, and it's inky black. It's got a tenebrous shadow that kind of comes off it in curls. He's trying to pull it apart. It is clearly trying to pulp his head, and he's basically growling and snarling curse words as he's trying to almost bite it. And as you watch, he goes from like grappling it as a man, and all of a sudden he begins to swell and ripple and change. And he's still a dude, but he's a much bigger dude, and he's finally starting to overpower the thing. And they're in mid sort of grapple when where all plus.
And that would be the friend.
Probably, yeah. I say that no, let's not.
I want no part
No.
of this tentacle thing stuff. I am not. No. And Lara just
No.
backs away.
No.
Nuh-uh. I want all the smoke. I grow claws and I start clawing the fuck out of those tentacles.
okay. Yeah, I'll allow it because it's a weird situation. So strangely, Alette, you can remain in your kith form, not in your cat form. And by blowing a glamour tonight and tonight only, I will allow you to grow nice, long, 4-inch, sharp as hell claws out of your fingertips anytime you want at the cost of a glamour every time you do it. So yeah, everybody else with Ciolette takes on slightly more feline features while doing this. I mean, in her voile, in her kith form, in her seeming, she has the tail and the ears, and the eyes are somewhat cat-like. But there's almost a shadow of fur on her skin now. And yeah, the hands come up, and you can see the gleam of really nice, long, sharp nails. So Alette, give me a brawl plus strength plus brawl. And let's see what kind of damage as this
That is a
large
specialty in both of those.
growing figure is fighting this shadowy presence. And suddenly the small ball of very angry Puka comes barreling in from the left.
So I have a specialty in both brawl and strength. Does that do anything?
That doubles your tens. It most. What is your specialty in strength, and what is your specialty in brawl?
Let me check. And
Strength is long jumping, so
long
that
jumping.
means, yep, that just means that you don't touch the ground from the moment you decide that you're going to tear into this. Your brawl specialty is Warrior's Halo, which means you can do something fancy like run up the wall or spin and flip on your way in or whatever you would like, because not only can you fight, you make it look like something out of the movies. So it's crouching dragon hidden puka time.
Okay. Come up. Okay. So I have 3 10s,
Holy,
an 8, a 7, and 2 5s.
Oh my
that's 8
God.
successes.
Perfect.
That's, yeah, you're going
Alette
to go
destroy.
into the side of this thing like a small Cuisinart. New mystery character.
That's great.
Tell her what she's won. Tell her what it feels like when
She's
she hits it.
won clawing gobbets of this material out of this thing, and it rears back in shock and horror and surprise because, reasons that will sure be illuminated over time, but not expecting you to be able to do this. It's amazing. In fact, it distracts it and it pulls away from this new fella and is turning towards you. The rest of you see in a fluid motion. I'm going to make some rolls on this because I might fuck it up.
Okay.
I could seriously fuck it up. That's 2 10s. 2 successes. So I would think that would be enough. You see briefly like a silver arc that goes across your field of motion for a second. And basically what Alette hasn't already taken care of, this whatever was in his hand took care of it. The thing falls into 2 pieces, hits the floor with a sound like a splatter, kind of spreads out like a liquid across the floor, and then evaporates into curls of smoke. The huge guy seems to shrink in on himself as if he's a little tired, slumps against the nurse's station, breathing heavily, puts his hand in his coat, takes it out again, looks over, and definitely nods approvingly at Alette.
And we did it in style.
So
Thank you. Thank you. You fought well. Very well. And at that moment, the fellow you had trapped before comes skidding around the corner and goes, "Boss! Changeling!" Oh, never mind.
You. Yeah.
that guy.
Okay.
Also, while this is happening, because Lily heard that dumb giggle again, and now that the slimy what's it is dead, can she kind of zoom around the nursing station and try to see what that is?
Yeah, roll me an alertness plus perception, please. And I'll give it to you on 7s and above.
I think what Penn would like to do is seeing Lily go to one side of the nursing station. Penn is going to duck around and try to go to the other to see if something tries to run to try and head it off.
Do the same thing.
With like
Please.
just sort of pocketing like a little a little bottle of hand sanitizer to prepare a legitimate bunk for an ensnare.
Okay,
I already forgot what I needed to beat.
7s.
Oh.
7s and up.
2.
So it was alertness plus perception.
Yeah.
Or okay, gotcha. So 2. And this. And so 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Lily, you come around one end of the station, and the station is like most nurses' stations. It's kind of this big arc of a desk that has multiple levels to it that you can sit behind. And then there's like the nurse's space behind it. It's open at both sides. It's got some small pumpkins and squashes and gourds and a few other things and some decorative bits and a little tiny pail of lollipops on it. And as you come around the corner, Lily, you'll notice one of the small pumpkins, just a little thing, about yay big, suddenly grows a pair of black dots that look like, if it was a carved pumpkin, would look like eyes.
Uh-oh.
And this kind of craggy little black slash across where its mouth would be, like a classic carved pumpkin. But again, they're not carvings. They just seem to be black spots on the, like almost ink on the skin. And it parts this kind of strange mouth looking thing. And it goes, hee, can't catch me. And suddenly little fronds come from below it. And it right down the desk right in front of you. And you hear it hit the floor.
Can I pounce on it?
Yeah. Give me an athletics
Let's horticulture.
plus
No.
plus dexterity. And it's tiny. You're going to have to get 9s or 10s.
Would the ensnare bunk that I've been preparing go off at that time?
You want to fire it off?
I'm going to try and fire it off.
Yeah. Roll me some dice and tell me all of the numbers that you get, because your lows are going to be just as much fun as your highs this time.
Ooh, so this is a legerdemain and actor as well.
No, this would be legerdemain and nature.
Okay,
What do I beat?
I'm going off a few pumpkin end. Gotcha.
9s or 10s, Lily.
None.
Okay.
Okay, you sweep for it and reach for it, but it dives around your hands. And pen?
1-1.
Okay.
2 2s.
Mm-hmm.
A 9, a 10, and a 5.
Okay. The 1 and the 2 are going to take care of the 9 and the 10, which leaves us a 2 and a 5. And a 5 is pretty average, and a 2 is kind of, oops, something just didn't go the way it should. So suddenly bits of long strands of hay and vegetable matter wrap themselves around Lily's wrists, which is why she couldn't catch the little thing.
Ah!
You fired, and unfortunately, darn, friendly fire. Someone got in the way.
Hey.
So as the material wraps around Lily's hands, it goes skittering between her legs and tearing off down the hall at quite a turn of speed, giggling maniacally as it spins around the corner and then suddenly silence.
Laura!
Is it going towards us? Back towards us? Okay, so you're
Nope,
going
other
the other
way.
way?
Yes.
Okay, and was this on the side of the nurse's station that myself and Lee and the lot would have been able to still see?
Yeah, I'm like,
you could, well, the nurse's station is not enclosed so much that you could not see that. Lily dove for something, Pen did something, there was a little bit of quiet cursing, and this strange little pumpkin thing running on these little green vine frond legs, went tearing down the hall and around the corner.
All right, so
Scary pumpkin.
yeah, I think what Lara would like to do is Lara would like to try and use verdant reclamation to see if she can get any one of those plants that's like kicking around the sides of the hallways and stuff like that. Any of those lovely little pieces of greenery to actually go and catch that, like to spread out and try and catch the
There are no live plants here. They're either plastic or they are like the gourds and the squashes and stuff, already reaped, and so part of little displays.
Reaping burns many calories.
Yes, so there's unfortunately nothing live.
Are there any seeds left in the pumpkins?
Yes, the pumpkins would be full of seeds.
Can I get the seeds to sprout something? And try and catch it. I know that sounds really weird, but I'm just trying to think, what alive can I get to actually go and try and
You may I would think you would have difficulty making anything alive in the current circumstances. It's not.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Ghosts
I
walk
would,
the earth.
I would say you could give it a try, but your common sense is telling you not to use the glamour.
Okay. Common sense saying not use glamour. All right. I don't know that I have anything else that would be effective right now.
Lee is gonna try and chase it.
Yeah, just chasing it, I
Okay.
guess.
Lee,
Let's not split the party, they said. Not a good idea, they said.
give me a good turn of speed. Actually, dexterity plus athletics. Oh, you're built for that.
Oh, I am really
Um,
built for that.
Norville is going to chase Lee, by the way, because he came from that direction. Not a good direction for her to go in.
Yep.
He's going to chase after her, just FYI.
Pen
Okay.
is cursing and trying to free Lily from the vines.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
that'll
was
take a
gonna say
moment.
that Lily would go to Penn and be like,
Is
help.
Good numbers.
Grabbing
Eights,
out a
nines,
palette
and
knife.
tens. 8s, 9s, and 10s. 5 of them.
5 successes.
Okay, so you tear around the corner right on the heels of this little thing. When you get around the corner, there are a couple of spots where there are pumpkins of various sizes and gourds in displays along the side, on one of the little machine trolleys, down beside one of the room doors, over on a table beside double doors that go further into the hallway. No moving pumpkins, however. There are about, a half dozen that look to be about the right size. And there's a wheelchair up against the wall with one of those resuscitation dummies in it. You know, the sort that are like just a torso and a face?
Mhm.
No arms, no legs. And as you tear around the corner, there's no pumpkin there. No moving pumpkin. There's a stack of pumpkins. There's several of them. So do you come to a stop? What are you going to do?
Like, obviously, this is a quick assessment. I'm gonna head to the resuscitation dummy and do the one thing you're not supposed to. Shake it, beat it, do it again. Just
You get up to you approach the resuscitation dummy that's sitting in the wheelchair, and as you get closer, it goes, "Hey, sweet cheeks, how about a push?"
She goes to deck it in the face.
Okay, you smack it. It feels like hard rubber. And it goes, "Well, that's something. All day they grope my chest and I get kissed. Oh, so many kisses. Haven't been smacked in the face in a long time. Come on, baby, do it again."
You know
Smother
what?
him.
No.
Smother him.
You know what? No.
"So listen, do you want to wheel me back down to the storeroom where the rest of the rescue Annies are? Wink, wink."
Is it like an open window or something? Or just
Not that you can see.
You know what? This is for your own good. She turns him upside down, lets him sit on his head, and then walks away.
"Oh, hey, you're a tough one. Come on back, Snookums. We could make beautiful music together. I'll play the
Yeesh.
violin. You could play the saxophone."
He's got no arms.
Yeah, I got it. I can really blow. Thank you. Moving on.
So you people would have heard this because he was the resuscitation dummy was not quiet. You would have heard this from around the corner, and then Lee comes back from around the corner.
And she's
Okay,
just
well-
like slumped and just like,
Lee, are you okay?
there was a resuscitation dummy that got fresh.
I'm sorry, what?
A resuscitation dummy. You know, the CPR
No, I
thing.
know, yeah.
It was getting fresh.
That
Okay.
was who was talking
I-
to you?
There's
It
a
was
loud
cat
growl.
calling and I
A
didn't
really
appreciate it.
loud growl. I hate to interrupt this, but that noise and this noise will bring more. We should find somewhere safe.
More what?
I would point to it, but it's gone. The thing we just fought.
Oh, that isn't.
There were
That was. Freehold? Freehold. Where's Norval?
Freehold.
What's the worst that could happen?
Okay, so
Stop.
who could go for a cup of tea? Let's head to the freehold.
Yeah, let's have some tea.
and just have a nice cup of tea and wait for this all to blow over.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the
Okay,
Winchester.
so everybody heads into the freehold, where yes, indeed, there are those 7 cups all lined up, and the tea kettle has been left full of water.
And is going to close the door and then start the fire to get the water boiling for the tea.
Okay.
And
And
we've
as the
got
motley
biscuits, too.
prepares to have tea and entertain their 2 new guests, we're going to take a break. We're at about the halfway part. I hope all of you viewers are enjoying so far. The ride is not over yet. There's more Halloween fun to come. So go and rehydrate, dehydrate, co-hydrate, whatever you do with hydration. Grab yourself some snacks, because snacks are always important. Come
They
back
are.
here in about 7 minutes, and we'll find out what the motley does next. Thank you. And we'll see
Destroy
you
the
in a moment.
dummy.
Cat.
And welcome back. Hello, Cat.
Cat.
Say psst, psst, psst for me, shall you, please? Welcome back. The motley has been having quite an interesting evening so far. They've met a couple of folk. They've wrestled with some shadows, chased a pumpkin. One of them talked to a very fresh piece of medical equipment. And we are now, when we took our break, we were heading to the freehold, where tea was made, a little differently than when Gertie makes it, but the water was added, the cups were handed out, and for our guests, the tea is the best tea, and it is the type of tea that your character would just want at this point. There's almost a comfortable home feeling to this tea, and they are all different flavors, but weirdly, one of the tricks that the person who laid the tea out has is they always pick the right tea for the right person.
So 2 things. When we came in, Norville was gesticulating and talking to the other guy and clearly like making body language. Like, this is crazy. What do we do? The bigger fellow puts his hand down and goes, there is always time for tea. And they sit down, and there's nothing in Norville's cup, by the way. There's no tea in Norville's cup. No water, no tea, nothing. He is past tea. The tea for him has ended. He has beyond tea. But he
Okay,
appreciates
so-
the gesture.
Not even theoretical tea.
Nope.
Goes
Unless you've
tea.
got a steaming hot cup of ectoplasm, he's not interested.
It might just.
Okay, fair enough. There's an iridescent sludge in the teacup. You kind of can't focus on it. It's a little blurry, a little soft, as if it was out of focus in real life. Norville takes a sip, has a surprised Pikachu face, and goes, hot damn. And he curls up basically in a corner and makes himself fade a little bit from sight and is sipping happily at his tea.
And knowing Gertie, yes, indeed. That good call, Pen. Okay, so you're all in the freehold, and because no one mentioned it, the door was left open.
No, I actually said I made sure that we closed the door behind us.
Ah, okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
Point of
So
order.
the door
That's
is
what I
closed
did as
and
soon as we did.
You're snugly tucked in.
So since he hasn't introduced himself by name yet, reaches into his coat, pulls out a large silver knife shaped like a teardrop, about the size of my hand, maybe bigger, and he lays it very ceremoniously in at his teacup before he picks up the tea delicately. Pen, this is absolutely a ritual of respect that you recognize. In fact, this should make you kind of relax and unclench. If this guy is who you think he is, it's a sign of trust and honor that he's taking his weapon out and leaving it, far enough away that he can't grab it right away as he drinks his tea with you.
Nice to meet you. We are the motley known as the Bluebirds. This is our freehold. Welcome.
So, anyone want to tell the rest of us what's going on?
Well, maybe introductions. A
That
little.
would be good too.
I guess we could do that too.
Okay, so I am Lily. This that you've spoken, and that is Penn, and that is Lee, and that is Laura, and Alette, you met slightly before the rest of us.
She kicked butt with you.
Yes.
Puts his cup down, straightens up, and he says, I greet you under the auspices of both the Seelie and Unseelie houses, by your great houses and small, by your nobles and by your commoners under the light of the moon. I recognize and greet you as members of the Fae. My name is Caleb Gamid. I am a silent strider in the night. I have fought 12 battles. I have slain many foes and seen many horizons. And tonight I have come to this place to save it. And I trust that you will assist me. And me too! And Norville too.
Sure.
Yes.
More than likely,
Yes.
this is our. We care about this place.
And we don't want to see it destroyed.
This is where we first met.
Excellent.
Also, the city of Toronto kind of relies on a lot of the glamour that gets produced here.
That, and there's all these kids here. This we can't have bad things happen here.
What do you know of the Umbra?
What does Penn know of the Umbra?
What does Lily know of the Umbra?
Our two,
I know nothing.
our two Greymare folks.
And all bases are covered.
Yeah.
It's like both of
I
us.
mean,
should know.
I can
Alette might know something, but I, know
just
Lara
keep,
definitely
I can
wouldn't.
keep talking in this lore dump, and then if there's any details, we can get into questions that you could roll on. How about that?
Okay.
If you think
Sure,
of
yeah.
the Dreaming and the Umbra are cousins, related, connected, the same family but apart. They do not touch. They move in between and around and through each other, feeding sometimes off of each other, ultimately connected to the thing that humans would call the real world. In this place, on this night, something has taken the Umbra and the Dreaming and brought them together. If we do not stop this thing, it will rend both the veil and the Dreaming and birth itself into the real world. It will destroy this building. It will feed upon the souls of who are in this place, and it will be able to manifest fully, spreading itself across the city and as far as it will before something can stop it. Unless we find it, sever its connection, and take back its power so that they may separate and find their proper place again.
Right.
Well, that's most of what I had already surmised based on what your friend info dumped into Manoodle. I think because the veil's thin on Samhain, someone's obviously taken advantage of that and is using the connection of this place to futz with everything else.
But
It's in the basement, and if we don't get to it by
Okay.
sunrise, all is lost.
And the trickster spirits?
What is it that you say, Norville? Fucked if we know.
lovely.
Well, it's just because we were going to go into the basement and with Norville, but then there was something over the intercom that was someone
green.
speaking over the intercom that
Is-
said a code green, which in the hospital is to evacuate, but it was for this floor.
So we got
We
concerned.
we weren't here, so we came running
Is
up
it-
and then
Ooh.
encountered you and what you were fighting, and
I-
that weird giggling pumpkin.
I just had a terrible idea. We left the door open when we came into the freehold.
What?
We left the door open when we came into the freehold. We didn't close the door behind us the first time.
You mean when we first came in?
Yeah, when we first came in, the door was slightly ajar, and then when we opened it up, there was that pressure, like that kind of shift, like
No, I thought
like
it
when you're in
had
an
the-
airplane and your ears pop.
Yeah,
When
but
it's
I thought
pressurizing?
we had shut it. Because that's why you opened it, just to
Um,
leave, to go out.
It was
We
open a
usually do with
crack.
that.
Oh,
Usually we're really good with that, but I think it was open a crack.
Let's start with this. There's 7 cups. There's
There's
7
7 of us
cups.
now.
Yeah, there's 7 of us now. So Gertie and company knew that something was going to happen. Why did they know something was going to happen?
Well, Gertie always
Why?
has that intuition. So does Betty.
But they knew 2 people. They knew 2 cups.
Kind of didn't know
Yeah, but-
which 2 people.
yeah,
Yeah.
but just about everything that they've ever done is, oh, well, I just had a hunch or an idea, or I thought this would be.
Something you
Would-
liked, or the way that the tea always
Yeah.
tastes right.
It just doesn't feel right.
Is it possible that something escaped from the dreaming and is helping this thing, like working on this floor? Because the door was slightly open, and if something got out from in here out there, that might explain the trickster spirits.
Well, I was.
Well, I believe I can answer your question. If I'm not mistaken, you believe that in the mists of prehistory, some creatures changed and became the Garou, and the rest of you remained Fae.
Yep.
I will not debate the truth of these matters. Something happened in the mists of prehistory. I believe what we are facing is something that did not make the journey from Fae to Lost, and was stuck in the middle, torn between the dreaming and never fully realized there, nor did it ever fully manifest into the fullness of the Umbra, or take its place with the ranks of the warriors of Gaia, or corrupted by the worm. It was in this no sphere, feeding on whatever it could, and has finally found a way to try and birth itself into something real, not of one thing or another, but a chimera of both. And it is unnatural to the real world, and it would be unnatural to the Umbra, and unnatural to the dreaming, and in place nowhere. It is an abomination in the truest sense of the word, and if it can be fully realized, and that's where he breaks down to silence, it's too horrible to conflict.
Oh, so we're talking Lovecraft, not
But it's-
Stephen King.
There is no love in its crafting, I can tell you this.
Uh-huh.
It sounds more as though it is not. More like there's 2 things happening. There's this thing that is dimension breaking, and I mean, the Betty and them already told us that it gets kind of wild around here on Halloween, and maybe these trickster things are normal.
Possibly, maybe because this place is so connected to the dreaming that because the veil is thin outside, that's why we have trickster spirits, and this is just something that happens on Halloween. But
Possible. I mean, so far all we've
but
had is a
acting in
rambunctious
tandem.
pumpkin and a very obnoxious dummy, which is not at all the same thing as that black gooey thing.
But yeah,
Actually, I
here's the
find him
thing.
kind of
though.
charming.
No, she
These are-
didn't mean you, Norville. She was talking about a different dummy.
Oh, no, not you.
But here's the thing: is we were about to head to the basement to help you, and then we got called up to the 7th floor.
Or at the very least, it's thought
So
we would check it out
either-
up here.
Either maybe it's a freehold trying to protect us.
I
or we
stand
ran
up,
into something
I
terrible.
bow, I thank you for the tea. Come, Norville, let's get started. And we start walking towards the
We're
door.
more than willing to help you though with this. We're whatever you need, because this is our home too.
We're just trying to understand.
The time for understanding is past. It's time for battle. And with that, Caleb swells, tears, his clothes rip and shred, and all of a sudden you're facing what essentially is an 8-foot tall werewolf killing machine. And he says, and he growls and spends a rage and willpower point to growl out, "Follow, stay, the time is now," and stalks out the door. Norval kind of shrugs and follows him.
Did he leave the knife on the table?
No, he took that with him. It's,
Well, that's a thing.
I feel way more secure being behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alette's not in the room anymore. She already followed him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we knew.
He's gone.
Sorry, let me just describe him. He is looks like a huge jackal kind of aspect to him. He is chocolate brown except for a large dark patch on his back. Anyway,
Okay. As you folk hit the hallway and are heading towards the
Make sure the
nurse's
door to the
station,
freehold
the
is closed behind us.
elevators, the
That
stairs, everything's in the
important.
right spot. The door closes, and as the door closes, you hear two things. From somewhere down and around a corner, you hear a hee, and the PA comes on, and it says, "Code Amber, 4th floor. Code Amber, maternity ward, 4th floor."
It's code Amber.
Whatever.
Code Amber is missing child.
Well, we've pretty
This
much
is missing
established
child.
there's no actual people in this building right now.
Unless this is there could be a childling.
basement.
Pen's gonna run to the 4th floor.
Okay, stairs.
Stairs. I don't trust the elevators right now.
Yeah, normally Lara would do this, but given that Lara rolled whatever it was that Lara didn't roll, meaning at the beginning, Lara's like, but don't you want to come downstairs with us and fight the thing?
If there's a changeling in trouble, if there is a childling in trouble, we need to make sure that they're safe.
We don't know who's even talking over the PA system, and we have not seen a single person besides everyone that we can see right now.
Pen, it's a trick. Let's go.
If you really need to check it out, I'll go with you. You're not going alone. The rest of you go to the basement.
Meet you down there. If it's nothing, I'll meet you down there.
Same.
No, I don't agree about splitting.
You're with the big scary werewolf. We'll be fine.
Big scary
Werewolf
werewolf in
killing
time
with
is hitting the down button on the elevator. Come on.
You might want to run downstairs.
Let's.
Oddly
Yeah.
is opening the door to the stairwell. And
No,
heading
he's
down.
going down the stair. He's going down. He's in the elevator. Tito Puente.
It's
Nice.
Storyteller, is there any
flag as there's the giant werewolf there?
Storyteller?
Yeah,
Is there any
he-
way that I can fight that? Try and fight that baser instinct that I rolled at the beginning of the game? Or is that
Yeah,
a
you know,
permanent?
we're halfway along. Roll your willpower again.
Alright.
And anyone who wants to fight their unseelie nature, give me another willpower roll. Only do 8s, 9s, and 10s because you've had time to kind of get used to the fact that weirdness is going on. You're not feeling great about things.
Come on, it's still fun, Sealy.
Yeah, but my baser instincts are like, yes, I should
Oh,
just
wow.
go and have fun and do whatever and fight the things, but I'm working with children instincts are not. So, what did we say?
8s, 9s, and 10s.
Okay.
I rolled 2 8s and 2 9s out of 5 dice.
And 3 or more successes will do it. Will allow you to kind of grab back to your Sealy nature and kind of get past the darker aspects of your chimerical souls.
He's Sealying you.
Not gonna lie, that was rough for a while there.
It was different.
Was I a huge downer for like a good long while? Because I feel like I was a downer.
A bit.
Back?
It was strange.
I didn't
Okay,
like
now,
it.
Let's
No.
Who's doing the 4th floor?
get,
Hands up. Who's doing the 4th floor?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Alette, you're going to follow to the basement with the. Excellent. Okay, we're going to split the party. So we'll get to Alette and the large furry gentleman and
Does-
the strange
just a quick-
man shortly. Yep.
Quick question, Alette. At the moment, do you still have your claws out or not?
Yes, claws out.
Excellent. Okay, so the 4 of you peel off onto the 4th floor. And again, it's kind of dimly lit. It's feels kind of overly quiet.
Pen's going to run to the maternity ward, which is where the code was coming
Okay,
from.
maternity ward is
Following.
down the hall and then to the left as you're heading at a quick motion down the hall.
Mhm.
You get about halfway down the hall, and from somewhere behind to the right, you hear, hee hee hee.
Oh, there's that damn pumpkin.
And as you get around the corner, you can see the standard maternity ward, the viewing room that's got the large glass on it, and it's usually full of little, what do you call it, crib type beds.
Incubators, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that sort of thing. They are unoccupied. Much like everything else, there is no children in the room, but standing in the middle of the room is, he looks to be about 5'7", long, very stringy, greasy looking hair, very pale skin, very, very dark eyes. He's just kind of standing in the middle of the maternity viewing ward, and he's quite obviously, for long, kind of broken fingernails, and he's just kind of like picking at his teeth with one of the fingernails as he's kind of looking at the cribs.
You don't belong here.
Who
I'd
are
say the
you?
same thing.
He looks up and he goes, "Yeah, well, neither do you."
Well, we do.
Quite the contrary. This is our
Oh,
house.
no. You will, okay. You can have whatever parts of this place you found first. I found this place first. And when everything comes together with the sunrise, there's going to be all these little dreams and nightmares to enjoy. And I'm going to love it so much. But this is mine. You go find some other place.
No. You don't belong here at all. And this
We
is not a
had-
place
I
to
think that
find.
there's
This is
actually
already
more
ours.
fun for you to have in the basement.
I found it. I'm staying. And he kind of just slowly saunters towards one of there's kind of a door to the side.
Penn is going to spend another glamour for an ensnare. I'm running low, everybody.
Okay. What are you
Gonna
grabbing
be
to
able
Before
ensnare
you-
him with?
Something.
Before you do you
Mhm.
want us to see
Yeah,
if,
hold
like,
on.
let's see if there's anything else that the rest of us can do, like, out
Yeah,
of
is there anything
character?
else
Yeah,
that we can do in
because
character
it's
before
just-
I go to glamour? Because I've got, after this I would have 2 glamour left.
Yeah,
no.
you don't want
It's
to be
just
in that
because you're
position.
faster on the draw is the thing.
I can use metamorphosis if there's something natural in the room.
You can
When
also
you
use
really think
metamorphosis
about
on
it,
yourself.
isn't everything
I
natural?
can use it on myself.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's some way I could sort of
I think one of us
more
is frozen.
thoroughly convince
If
with say naming our chicanery or something.
if Lee is actually strong, like if we think we can actually physically beat this thing, I have something that can actually increase your strength, because I can cast it on you, because you're out of all of us, I think you're the one that has the most in strength and stuff like that. Is that correct?
That's about correct, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I have something. I have burning. What is it? Burning Thew. It basically says blah blah blah. Actually, no, sorry, not that. Confounding coils.
Actually, would Lily be able to tell what kind of thing that this guy is?
Yeah, actually roll me a Greymare plus perception if you'd be so kind. You and Penn both. 7s and above.
Actually, sorry, it's called
And-
Burning Thew.
Sorry, that was Greymare plus intelligence, or
No.
Yep. Yep. Greymare plus yes, Greymare plus intelligence, please.
Okay. Would my specialty count?
No.
Glamour. No.
No.
What am I rolling for?
7s and up.
Okay.
or successes?
3.
That's
One-
enough. You both have an idea. It might be a slua, kind of, but it's not quite a slua. And then he reaches the wall and starts to kind of spider up it. And you go, oh, yeah, this is the unseelie version, the bogey. They are nasty
Boogeyman.
cousins to the slua. Even the slua aren't very big fans of these particular unseelie members of their family.
Mm,
And he starts to just kind of spider up the wall sort of thing, never taking his eyes off you guys, just kind of.
so if we know what it is, would we know something, a weakness?
That's a good question. Hang on a second. I have to really quickly look up the frailties. I forgot to write it down. I can guess at the frailty, but I want to make sure I get the right one. There we go. Oh, yeah. If they are confined or bound, it is their
Is there
ultimate.
is there
horror.
a small closet nearby?
It's a hospital, probably.
You know, like one of those just big enough to keep you know, a couple of mops, bucket or something, like little.
Actually, yeah, when you roll that
little-
kind of a number, like right across from there is what obviously looks like a utility closet right across from the room, the big glass
So
of the viewing room.
so guys, if we could get what if we could get him in that little closet and just lock it? Keep him in there. Hmm?
At a character, I have Howling Gale, which maybe I could push him. I hope. This is a possibility. It should be able to push him.
Howling Gale would be tricky to do that, but
We still have
you could give
ensnare.
it a try. Yep, you've got ensnare and you've got the metamorphosis as well.
Yeah, but there's also
Normally
there's also 3 of us here right now.
Fair. I mean, if
What
we
if we just
gang
sort
up on
of-
him,
Yeah. I mean,
just use strength.
yeah.
And
Ken's gonna
legit,
just yell, get him.
Sometimes throwing hands is all you need to do.
Yeah.
All right.
We're
yeah.
gonna jump in.
honestly,
Try it.
Lee is gonna grow a couple feet taller and a bit more muscular and a bit tougher.
Okay.
Using
You're,
metamorphosis.
I didn't know you
to
could do that.
Yep, to do that, you're going to you're going to roll me. First of all, you're going to have to blow 2 glamour because you don't have a realm to affect yourself.
Can do.
But you're going to roll you're going to roll 6 dice and try to get 6s and above.
All right, guys, good juju. One, two, three, four. 4, 6. At least 4 6s and up.
Okay, how it works with metamorphosis is it's a squaring factor basically. So the first one allows you to increase your height by 2 foot, and then 4 foot, and then 8 foot, and then 16 foot. You can stop anywhere in the middle there if you'd like, because otherwise you're going to kind of fill the hole.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to like.
Whatever.
talk about sealing off the hall.
We're
I'm
like
gonna go
unsealing
6
off
foot.
the whole.
I'm gonna go with 8 foot.
Okay, that'll give you a little more strength and a little more reach. And then
Yeah.
who all is mobbing our bogey?
Yo.
Okay,
Pen's
I
gonna
need
get the
you-
closet door open so that they can put it in there. She can jam something in the lock so that it can't be opened again.
You're gonna have to dig around to find something to jam in the lock. Actually, yeah,
Pen's
I'll
got
give
her
you
art
that one.
supply. She's just gonna jam a palette knife in there.
Okay. So what I'm going to need from the 3 tacklers is brawl plus either dexterity or strength, your choice, whichever one you want. And it's going to be, he's a slippery bastard. It's going to be 7s and up, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
If I don't have brawl, can I still roll with like stamina or strength, or is the rule that you can't?
No, you can still roll. You just
Okay.
don't have any skill in it. So you
Alright.
can use either strength or dexterity.
And cat-like reflexes do not apply, I assume.
You know what? I'll let you double 10s if you happen to get them.
All right, sounds good.
Because you're trying to catch someone slippery.
Rolling to beat what number?
7s and up.
I rolled, I know they're not much when they're 9s, but I throw 3 9s to reverse the 6s we got earlier.
Are you sure they're not 6s?
I
I
got
have a
No, they're 9. They got the line underneath.
a 9 and a 10.
3
Okay.
successes, 7, 8, and 9.
Nice. And 3. Okay, so Lily, you kind of grab an ankle and he kind of looks down and goes to shake his leg just as Lee and Lara pile into him.
Uh-huh.
And he is squirming and writhing.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can squirm and writhe his way out.
When you're hunting Slua, you want to make sure you bring a 16 gauge net. Those slippery
Oh.
buggers will get right out.
Lee, give me another strength and brawl and add 2 more dice to it because of your size. And you want to do 7s and up, and you need to do 5 or more successes.
Oh boy.
Well, those 2 10s really help. Okay. 6.
That'll
I'm
do
not
it.
sure what the 2 10s do. I'm not sure what
So
the 2 10s
he-
do, but
No, they
Good
just help out a
job.
little bit. So he kind of squirms his way. Lily, suddenly you don't have an ankle. You have a shoe.
Ah.
And yeah, this guy doesn't wear socks. And his toenails are just as bad as his fingernails. Lara, you had him around. You had an arm and a shoulder, but suddenly there's not there anymore. And you feel like you really need to wash your hands. Lee, you still, he's wiggling and he's not going anywhere. You have him.
Closet.
I got him!
Jump
I
him
got
in
him!
the closet.
I got him!
Jump him in the closet.
She's gonna negotiate her way as best she can with a wriggling little mass towards the closet.
Okay. You throw him in the closet. You slam the door shut. Lily,
Yes.
let's see. Now, I'm going to call this an ancient mystery because this is a fun one and it's something not a lot of people would know. And it's something
Okay.
I remember from my university days. Roll enigmas plus intelligence, and you can double your 10s and get 6s and up.
Enigmas. So and intelligence.
Yes, please.
Yes. 7s and up, you said. That's a 9. Um, 2. 2.
2. I'll give it to you for effect and because it's a holiday season. So as you slam the door shut, Pen shoves a palette knife or starts to wedge a palette knife into the lock.
Mhm.
Lily reaches into her bag and pulls out a handful of coins, mostly quarters,
Okay.
and just starts putting them in the slot between the door and the jamb on the hinge side.
Oh,
And all you need is about a half dozen of those and that door will not open.
okay. And yes, I
There's
do tend to carry
there's no
pocket change
room-
around.
There's no room for the door to actually move in that little space.
Yep. I'm gonna do exactly
So-
that.
It's slammed. the lock is stuffed and kind of bent out of shape. It's wedged, and you can hear him go absolutely insane on the inside. There's hammering and pounding on the door. There is screaming. There is yelling, incoherent, nothing at all.
I'm just gonna say
No words. just
hospital security will come
incoherent
pick you
screaming.
up in the morning.
Ugh.
Before you're gonna leave him there?
Yep.
For now.
Lily is looking around for one of those like carts because this needs to come off my hands.
There's
I
hand
can't.
sanitizer at the nurse's station.
Yeah, I need some wipes, need some hand sanitizer. I can't. Ugh.
Okay. Now you're heading back to go to our A
Yes.
squad, who are
Yep.
continuing
Basement.
downstairs.
Yep.
Alette
and I
and
think-
and the pair that you're following. As you reach the third floor, you hear the PA come on, and it says code white, second floor. Come on, guys, code white, second floor.
Code white.
And
You guys, okay, actually, yeah, it's.
I think
it's
I've
the
grabbed
PA
like one of the little
group.
code sheets from the nurse's station so that I have it on hand.
Code white is violent patient. So yeah, and that it's broadcast the PA everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not really medically prepared to actually deal with a violent patient. I'm not ready for
Nope.
that.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Hmm.
I think that's I think, you know, saving
I'm
little
still big in
children,
ducking in the elevator.
saving
Oh.
little babies, that's fine. I think
Okay.
no, yeah, let's go.
With the growl, I'm going to use a gift. Specifically this time, I'm going to use, this is a fun one, Silence the Weaver. And I'm basically going to use a high frequency ultrasonic howl to short out the PA system. Fuck you. Pardon my language.
Okay, now you're going to have to do this floor by floor. So you guys
Well,
hit the third floor where it's saying code white. Come on, guys, code white. Second floor, code white.
Pen.
Howl.
I don't think this is.
I am not built for a violent person. That's
Nope.
definitely
Okay,
more of a.
B
Yeah, but I
team?
bet it's not even.
B team, shh.
No.
We're A team right now.
18.
Thank you.
Can I be B.A. Baracus? I pity the fool who doesn't fight this werewolf. So, ultrasonic howl, short out the ones on the third floor, heading down the stairs, loping as fast as I can.
Okay.
As a matter of
Alette,
fact,
you're following along behind, and when you guys hit second floor, there's a crackling sound, and a very rough voice comes from the PA and says, "Come on, code orange on the lobby. Code freaking orange. Go to the lobby. Check it out."
so another howl. I'm going to spend a point of gnosis. I'm going to spend a second point of gnosis to imbue Alette with the same supernatural speed that I have, and that's a gift as well. And it's kind of like, okay, destroy, and then we're pouring on the gas. So we're a couple of rounds ahead of B squad if we get ambushed. Sorry, Alette.
Okay. Oh, yep. Nope. No reason to apologize. Okay. So you guys, and as you spin past the lobby, you can hear, it's not working in the stairwell anymore, but from the lobby, you can hear the PA. The voice is a little more distant, and it's, "Oh, come on, guys. No, you need to, no, floor by floor. This is the game tonight. Come on. You got to clear it all. You
This
can't
time I'd
go
like to-
straight the big bad.
I'd like to shift from a rank 2 gift to a rank 5 gift, which is control complex machines. And I'd like to blow every PA box in the hospital in a shower of sparks.
Okay, give me a roll for that if you'd be so kind.
Yes, no problem. What am I trying for here?
Considering it's a rank 5 and what you're doing, you know what? 7s and up should do it.
1, 2, 3 successes.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 4. Yeah, you know what? I'll let you do almost all the floors. You can't quite reach the top floors, but they're so far up there, you're not going to hear them anyways. B team, you're actually heading back to the stairwell, and you have heard these on the PA, and then suddenly every PA in the corners of the hallway, and the overheads, there are sparks, and you can hear pops as electronic bits fritz out.
Well,
No
That's
more
one way
alerts.
to get
Guess
rid of the alerts.
we're not that's not happening anymore.
Okay.
To
Oh,
the basement.
Basement.
Let's help Alette.
that's the game. That's what happens on nights like tonight. That's what Betty and the others were trying to warn us about. Is that the hospital, that's what we have to protect the hospital from. But this is just secondary and a lot worse. So it's like triage. We handle the worst things first, which is the big evil thing in the basement, and then we can handle all the little things in all the other spots.
I mean, we took care of that guy pretty
Mhm.
good.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caleb and Norville and Alette reach the basement floor, and you open the door, and it's a long hallway that looks like it belongs in a hospital from the 50s. And the lights overhead are flickering on and off. It's got that definite, this is the bad horror movie part feel to it.
Okay, I'm going to throw out one massive hairy arm, and I'm going to motion to Norville, who is, Alette, you're the one who sees this. His feet aren't touching the ground anymore because he doesn't have to pretend. And he sort of glides into the hallway. And I'll let Cliff decide if he makes it at all, but he's going off to do his recon thing before we run blindly into danger. Because
Okay.
he's already
Norville.
dead, you see.
Right.
How much worse could it get for him?
Norville floats off. And while you two are waiting, this gives a chance for the rest of the crew to hit the stairwell so you can hear them starting to come down from several floors above.
With a very loud growling.
Okay.
And it's
so
Norville floats down, and the hallway is fairly long. Ends in a T intersection. He stops. He kind of looks left. He kind of looks right. He kind of looks left again, and he floats off to the left. And it's maybe 4 or 5 heartbeats, not very long at all. And he comes flying back around from the other side, and you can hear what sounds like a scratching noise, a something almost like along the wall, in the wall, along the floor, something, as he comes peeling back around from the other side. And behind him, okay. Behind him is a small flood of really interesting looking little things. They look like spiders, kind of, but who here has watched Stargate SG-1? Do you remember the little Meccano kind of spiders?
mhm.
What the heck were they called? Yeah, they kind of look like they're made out of bits of metal and Meccano and stuff. And
Yeah.
however, they seem to be draped with fur, as if they are wearing the hides and skulls of rats and mice. And I wouldn't say there's thousands of them. There's a small flood, a couple of dozen, come kind of tearing around the corner after Norville on the floor and the wall.
All right, I don't have a ton left, but I'm going to spend another willpower, and so I can say basically, ugh, weaver spawn, puppy play, and with that, my claws lengthen, and I go bounding into the hallway to start rending and doing the guru thing. When will you rage? Because for me, right now.
Alette,
Yeah,
you want to?
She's going and she's just doing her little round.
Okay.
Trashy
Anyone
smashy.
else? Anyone else want to get in on the
Are we
fun?
there yet?
I'm still an 8-foot tall
You would have
Amazoness. Of course I'm going.
just hit the floor.
I think
Okay.
I'd like to see Alette take this thing apart.
So we
Well,
are there yet. There's robot spiders wearing
Oh God, I didn't even
dead
think
rat
of that.
costumes.
Yeah, Alette is more cat than usual, and I just gave her a whole mess of mice. Okay, you know what? That was not. That was.
Storytime is spending 3 rage points, and because of the gift that gives both Alette and myself 3 extra actions.
Okay. Let's both of you roll brawl plus strength or brawl plus dex, whichever you would prefer to do. And Alette, yes, indeed, your warrior's halo counts. So you
What
double your
about
10s.
the other one?
Long jump, you're just gonna basically not touch the floor as you leave the stairwell entrance, and it's the rest of you can almost, and Lee is when you get there, they're in it. You can tromp in after them, so you can roll as well.
So would Lily know what these are? These
No.
things? No.
No. The
What's
rest
the
of you
difference?
would see Alette basically leap like a giant cat after a whole flock of mice. 6s and above.
8
These are
successes.
small, but not too difficult.
What are we rolling? Sorry.
No, I think Alette's rolling.
Strength plus brawl.
Okay.
And Alette?
I have a 6, 2 9s, a 7, an 8, and 2 10s.
Keep play.
Jesus. So 2, 4, 5, and 4
3
more, so
10s.
9. So that would be 9 successes. So as much as the huge bestial guru is shredding into them, Alette has become a puka-driven whirlwind. I was thinking kind of a mix master, a food processing machine or warp spider processing machine in this case.
Claw buddies.
I'm
High five, claw
imagining
buddies.
this.
Spiders.
I can see
Oh,
this
yeah.
in my mind, and I'm loving this.
Dogs and cats living
Yep.
together, mass hysteria.
What did you roll for successes, Lee?
Just 3.
3?
10s.
That's actually enough to play cleanup, to back cleanup. So anything that actually gets past them, you can just step on.
And I do.
So
Step on
1
boots.
or 2 actually get past the whirling blades of death, and Lee stomps them flat. And they're weird because they don't crackle like mice would if you stomp them, or small animals. They don't make metallic sounds like you would think. You stomp them flat and it's almost like they turn into an ectoplasmic kind of ooze.
And they're like dead.
When you stomp them, they become ooze. And the
Good
same
now.
thing with the claw bearing folk. You shred them pretty quick. It's almost like Edward Scissorhands taking on the shrubbery. There's bits of stuff flying in the air as the two of them just roll up, and it's over in heartbeats, seconds.
Too easy.
And this small flood of pattern spiders is no more.
Too easy.
There's more, isn't there?
Of course, there's more.
Well, I'm loping down towards the with a nod of the head to Alette. I'm loping down the hallway the direction that my nose and Norville indicated.
Following.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Following.
Okay, so you get down, you turn left, and the hallway goes on for about 30, 40 feet. There are no doors to the sides of the hallway. There are a set of double doors at the end, and there's one of those little brass plaques on the door that says security. And you know how sometimes with doors you can have light leaking out around the edges and fringes? In this case, it's more like dark is leaking out. It's got the big wire mesh glass on both doors of the double doors, and it's looks like almost swirling kind of shadows in there. It looks and feels nightmarish.
That's not good.
And that's not very good for us either.
Okay, I'm going to take a big, massive paw and basically, do that thing where I smash the door and it just falls inward.
Okay, so yep, you watched the huge muscular built
Mongo likes candy.
yeah. Fortunately, he's on your side. Strolls up and he basically punches the door, and instead of swinging open, the door falls in.
Into what?
Into the room.
Blackness.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
since it was already leaking / oozing darkness, what?
What do we
It
see when the
looks
door
like the
opens?
place is full of grayish mist, kind of, sort of shadowy stuff. From where you're standing back at the hall, you can't see very far into the room.
I'm going to, Norval and I are disappearing into the room for narrative purposes.
Charging on ahead, I guess. These guys. I guess we should see what's in there.
When you're an 8-foot tall killing machine with claws and fangs, everything looks like a sheep.
I'm an 8 foot tall Amazoness. Close enough. Goes in. Lee goes in.
Okay, it's a large room.
Okay.
Along the left-hand side, as you go in, it's still kind of shadowy, and the lights are flickering, but you can make out what's going on in here. On the left-hand side are lockers, obviously for the security guards to put their stuff into. On the right-hand side, the room opens up further, and there's a couple of tables and chairs. There's a candy machine. There's a water fountain. There's a coffee machine. It looks like kind of a lunch space. Directly ahead, the room's fairly weirdly deep. 30, 40 feet is where they would station themselves. There's kind of like a little desk area, kind of cutting it off sort of thing. But it's a wall of monitor screens that are still showing various floors and rooms in the hospital. There is the bank of controls for the various cameras, the PA system and everything. And standing kind of in front of it, sort of like backed up against it, looks like a person mostly. He's about 5'10", 6 foot, somewhere in there. Dark, short cut hair. His skin tone is very shadowy. It looks like he should be pale, but it's not. And there seem to be almost like wiry lines of blackness coming off his body, going into the various controls and switches and everything for the cameras. The cameras actually show the hospital as if it's in the real world and active right now. You can see people moving on the monitors. You can see nurses, doctors, patients. You can see all of that going on.
X-Files theme.
As I said, the Langoliers.
And as
right.
yep.
Sorry, basically, I'm going to growl out after a quick sniff, it's him, and then I'm going to leap at where it is attached to the thing and start trying to do the werewolf thing. I'm, kill, rend, eat, snap, teeth, fangs, claws, howl.
Rip and tear till it's done.
Okay.
So,
now, Lily, actually,
yes.
Lily and Pan, and anyone else who wants to, Greymare plus intelligence, 8s and above, and I'll let you know a little bit more of what this thing is all about.
Come on, big money, no whammy. It was kind of a whammy.
I'd like to take Eldritch Horrors for 800, please.
Number to beat?
8s, 9s, and 10s.
Okay, I got 2 8s.
And has 1 success. It was an 8.
Oh, wow. Okay. Actually, no, you know what? It kind of makes sense. I'll let Mike know a little bit more about this than the rest of you would. What did you get anything, Lee? Did you roll?
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
No.
So Larry was 2, Alette was 3, Pen was 1,
Uno.
and Lily was 2. Okay, Pen, you've heard of these things. It's related to the Fomori, which is the Fomori are kind of proto-changelings. They and the Tuatha De Danann went at it tooth and nail forever ago. And they've never really been happy about it since. Lily and Lara, you would know slightly different things. Lily, you would know that the Fomori are not just a creature of changeling history. They've stuck their noses in all over the damn place. And they are known to deal with other creatures and spirits, never good ones. Lara, you would know that it's entirely possible from the way this one looks. There's something going on here that is related to disease or blight, because you just, from your horticultural background, that's what that feeling is you're getting from it. Alette, you've been told by probably your mother at some point, because you work around animals, to watch out for these. They're actually called achiri. And achiris are kind of a disease spirit. So makes sense for a hospital. And they are periodically a problem around veterinarian clinics, zoos, places where animals get sick, because, well, they don't do well with people, but animals can't fight back near as well.
Speaking as a werewolf American, just what exactly are you implying?
So as
Says, careful, you walking carpet.
as the huge ambling betaloned carpet leaps at it, give me a strength plus brawl if you'd be so kind.
Me?
Yes, please.
Oh boy, I get to roll like 11 dice. What's my target number?
Your target number is 7s and up, so 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, son of a.
6 total.
Okay, so you leap in, and the downside to leaping is that physics puts you in a specific spot, a specific time. And much like the shadow thing you were fighting in the elevator, a wrist thick something, mass, comes barreling out of its chest and slams you in the face and puts you on the ground. He got 8 successes. And as you do, the PA in the room says, oh, come on now. You were supposed to do other things. This is the last room. You don't do the last room first.
Okay. Frenzy. Just
I was expecting that.
I got to make a rage roll on that one.
Yep.
I spent 3. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay. I have how much will I have? Oh, this isn't gonna be bad. What's my target number? I got 1 die. I got 1 die to keep my shit together.
6 and above.
7.
This is good.
All right, I barely am able to keep my shit together and can take a more measured action on my next turn.
Okay, what's the rest of Motley doing? You just watch your big buddy just get slapped to the ground.
Right. I'm just wondering if, because of how I/Lily rolled, if there's a way to use to kind of undo it.
Oh, give me a sec.
Let's gonna try and attack this thing pretty much next, correct?
Okay.
Well,
so let's go claws in.
Oh, I know, I'm not talking on Alette's behalf. This is Pen.
Oh.
But if Alette is going to be attacking next, I would like to use Trick of the Light to make 2 Alettes to make it harder for this thing to target.
Why don't you save out of character? Why don't you save your glamour and let me do it instead?
Okay, yeah, that works. I also am. I'm not good in a fight. Is my other thing. Is like all I've got right now is glamour to work with.
Yeah. Well, that's
I am a nerd.
why I need to know the answer to this.
Yep, yep. Give me a second to check.
I think
Because
I think I can.
okay. Where are we? Nope, 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 no. LMN. Let me take a quick look at. You would need to sane it first.
Same.
Yep, you would need to sane it first, and it would cost you double glamour because technically it's nature, which is not something that you have access to. It's not technically a person at the moment,
Well, because
so actor wouldn't work.
yeah, but I have in Fae as well.
Yeah, that wouldn't work either.
Ferrets.
Yeah, so it's going to cost you two glamour so that you can activate nature, which
Right.
you've got nothing in. But yeah, you could still do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it because this has, yep. Okay, what do I do?
Okay. Are you going to do a bunk? Or are you going to unleash?
I could bunk. What are my options?
Naming bunks. Wordplay, songs, writing.
Call him Paul Blart Shadow Cop or something similar.
No.
Write on your skin with a marker. Yell the names of the 7 dwarves.
By the mystic power of Grumpy's beard. By the mighty thews of Doc.
By the all-encompassing power of Dopey.
I call on thee, Sneezy, destroyer of worlds.
Sleepy,
Nice.
calmer of demons.
Oh, wow.
Everything that everybody is coming up with is what Lily does.
Thank you
And
for
she
feeding
who
the
sits
chorus.
above them all, Snow of the White.
Doc, he
Bashful.
whose roar shakes the heavens.
Yes.
Okay, Lily. So roll me, well, you've got 5 in naming. Roll me 8 dice. 8s and above, please. And also tell me how many ones. No, you did a bunk, so don't worry about that. Okay.
Bunk, bunk.
8s, 9s, and 10s. It's not an easy name to get.
That's a 9. Mhm. Okay.
3.
One
You
one
kind
one
of-
one is a 10.
Okay, you kind of are starting to get an idea as to its name. It's a slippery thing now. It's kind of the glamour is whispering in your ear and you're kind of getting an idea. So you can't quite do anything with it yet. We'll see what other people are doing. So Lee
So
and
that used up just so I can keep track. 2 for
2 glamour. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So Pen is standing back because Pen is a writer, not a fighter.
And is
Lee
mightier
and-
than the sword, but I don't have a sword either.
Lee and Alette.
I'm going to let Alec go first.
I want to use creeping shadows.
Ooh.
So I can try to control the shadows in the room.
Oh, and there are a lot of them, aren't there? Give me a moment here. Creeping Shadows, if I remember, is an autumn art. Yes, indeed. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, what are you going to do with the shadows? Because that's going to determine the difficulty.
That thing that's in front of us, I want to have them hold it hard, kind of like stretching it, damn near ripping it apart. So I can, so what's his name? Let me find his name.
So your guru buddy?
Burning P. What the hell?
Been missing
Yeah,
out.
him. Him and Lee.
That's his tribal name. Birds with peas.
So I'm gonna try to halfway rip this thing and hold him still so those two can fuck him up.
Okay. You do have nature, so you're going to roll me 6 dice. Now, are you doing a bunk or doing an unleashing?
What are my options?
Bunks have to do, well, autumn monks have to do with this time of year. You know what? Basically, tear off your costume would be a bunk, you know, to reveal the person beneath. That would be a bunk that would be very acceptable. Light switches are not going to help you.
You can just shred it with your
Is there a
claws.
security guard flashlight that you
Sing-
can do the quick, like, I'm not going to tell a scary story thing?
Sing a funeral dirge.
Taps? Would taps work?
Yeah, or
It would.
a wedding march, metaphorically
Ha,
speaking.
ha, ha.
Yes.
It's a dirge.
So, Alette, day is done, gone the sun, from the lakes, from the hills, from the sky. All is well, safely rest, God is nigh. I think. That's what I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Roll me 6 dice and get 7s to 10s. And you, because of your affinity, you'll double your 10s.
So 2
Uh-huh.
10s, 2 9s, and a 7.
So that's 7 successes. So yeah, you folk watch Alette stop, mutter that little quiet tune, and spread her arms out, and the darkness around this thing at the security station seems to kind of coalesce somewhat in the shadows and almost hook into his shoulders, its arms, its legs, and pull. So it's suddenly kind of gone from standing there to actually being pinned there in place. And the PA crackles and it goes, "That is not fair."
Okay, let me know when it's my turn.
Go for it.
Scrambled to my feet. With a nod to Norville, I reach into my fur. Groofer has all these things, especially one like me, a Theurge, has fetishes and stuff just braided into the fur. I basically rip one out. I look at you, and again, I salute Alette. The next thing you know, there's a giant silver knife in my hand. Norville steps up. He takes one end of the fetish. I take the other. Khalid looks at all of you, smiles, and says, "More light." The two of them leap towards the bound shadow. You can see for a second as they tear the fetish in two. There's a blinding flash of white light. For a second, you see a shriveled, wizened thing in the center of the room that looks easily enough to defeat. And as the sort of the purple spots fade from your eyes, whatever it was before has clearly been severed from whatever it is now. And it certainly seems smaller, weaker, and definitely easier to kick the shit out of. But there is no sign of Caleb or of Norville.
Come up, Lee.
So shadows are gone as well. It's normal light feeling in the room. There aren't a lot of lights on. There are light switches, but there are a couple of lights on. The shadows have disappeared. And now it's, as he said, kind of a scrawny looking, goblinish kind of person. Their skin is very pale, running kind of a few running sores and a rash down one side of their face. They look like they've got something. And he just kind of blinks for a moment. What are you doing?
Lily is looking for, say, a folding chair or a broom or the fire extinguisher on the wall.
Oh, fire extinguisher. Yeah, actually, I was going to give you a folding chair right beside the tables, but yep, fire extinguisher right there.
Yeah.
Yup. Lily is going to rip that off the wall and just slam it onto this thing.
Before Lily does,
I've
Lee's
had
gonna
it.
go
Yep.
making up our own rules.
You should get a glamour for that. That is worth a glamour. That's worth a glamour.
That is
point,
actually,
storyteller.
yep, that most definitely is. You regain a glamour for that one. And
Oh yeah.
give me a strength plus brawl.
Oh,
It's just
that's
not very many dice for you, but that's okay.
No.
You don't need very many dice right now. 6s and up.
and one there. Can I get an extra one just for angst?
I'll give you an extra one for being angry.
It's a side effect of hanging out with werewolves.
Yeah.
I got 8.
You know what? That's enough because I rolled his defenses and the highest he got was a 4.
Oh,
And everything is lower than that. So
so what you guys all see?
you can
is this
almost
small
the chord, the little
furry
tiny
person
stomps up,
just
and you can almost hear her say, "I didn't even get your goddamn name," and smacks him with the fire extinguisher, and he drops like a rock.
Do the lights in the
Just-
hospital come
just
back up?
this really tiny furry Hulk smash.
I love it.
Okay, so you've got this unconscious little goblin thing.
More light. Okay, this is gonna take something. Penn is going to, or go ahead, Lee. I'll let you go first.
Would Lee still have her cell phone in her pocket?
Yes,
She can she if she opens it up, does it work?
yes.
She
Now
turns on
there's
the
no signal.
flashlight app. She turns on the flashlight app.
Okay.
More light.
Do you shine it
Ooh.
on?
I shine on little goblinoid. More light.
That's
When you shine the light on the little goblinoid, it's almost like kind of a mist is coming off of his skin, and you can see where there was the rash, it's going away. It seems to be kind of just almost evaporating.
oh,
More light.
Okay.
Lara
So-
looks at what's happening and takes
Yep,
out her
Li-
cell phone as well. And
Lily's gonna put down the extinguisher and fish out her phone and turn on the phone flashlight. Lee was thinking,
Boop.
boop. More light. More light in my pocket.
Okay, it's a few minutes of basically washing this little person with light, but pretty much all indications of sickness or disease disappear.
Does it look healthier? Like it's still there?
He does look healthier. He's still unconscious.
Okay.
Okay, now we got to go to all the other calls in the hospital.
wait, what is he?
Well, we shouldn't just leave him here like this. Whatever.
That's
he
a
is.
good question. What is he?
You're
as-
not exactly sure. He doesn't quite look like a bogan. He doesn't quite look like a knocker. He is fairly young.
a childling?
Well, how tall is he?
He's about 5'4" now. 5'3", 5'4".
Pen's gonna like give him a little sort of slap on the cheek to try and do him a wake up. Nothing.
Nothing. And by the way, he's now no longer wrapped in shadows and such. So you can see that he's wearing, what looks like a pair of pajama pants and a robe.
Oh, is there like do they have is there like a little ID bracelet?
There is indeed, yes.
Which room? Which area?
It would be 5th floor, which Lee would know is the floor that she was on when she was here.
That's my floor
Well, let's get him home.
for
Well,
adolescents.
wasn't one of the calls a missing patient?
A violent patient.
Violent
No,
patient.
there was one. The
Missing child, and that was in the maternity ward.
where we stuffed a guy into a closet. We were responding to that.
That was in the
a
maternity ward.
missing?
That
Yeah,
was
but
fourth floor.
That was the
True.
boogeyman. We saved the kids from the boogeyman.
we did.
Let's take him back to his room.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
So is he like small enough we can pick him up? Like, or how? Well, no. Is Lee still huge?
Oh yeah, she's still
Lee,
huge.
Lee is still 8 foot tall. So yes,
Okay, well, Lee.
Lee could pick him up easily.
He's like a little kid in my arms. Like, here you go, kid. Here you go, big
Pretty
guy.
much.
She should be making dexterity checks to make sure she doesn't bash her head on every door jam in place.
I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt that she's used to this. So she knows to
Oh,
duck.
sorry. Oh, sorry.
Okay, you exit back into the hallway and it's still dimly lit, almost like the evening or the overnight lighting in the hospital, but it doesn't feel weirdly dim anymore.
Okay.
You still don't hear anybody though.
Fifth floor. Whichever bed has a chart for John O'Lantern. Not
Any
Jack
other-
O'Lantern, but John O'Lantern,
I would assume his friends call him Jack.
possibly.
Only we call him Jack.
Okay, stairs or elevator, people?
I
Stairs.
still don't trust the
Stairs.
elevator yet.
Yeah.
Don't trust the elevators. No.
No, don't never
Okay.
trust the elevator in an emergency.
You're-
That's your
you're-
number
you're
one
all
mistake.
gonna give me- You're all going to give me athletics plus stamina again. And it's been a
Man.
longish night. It's going to be 8s, 9s, and 10s.
Okay, I got my 2 dice ready. I might just have a nap in the lobby. Let's find out. I'm gonna have a nap in the lobby.
No. Oh no.
They've
Oh
got
my
those
God, I
nice
rolled a
couches.
10.
Successes.
And an 8. Wait, 8's his beats? 8's is good?
Yeah, 8s, 9s, and 10s.
Okay, I got an 8 and a 10.
Our house.
Okay. I'm going to assume that Alette will give Penn another
I will
lift up the
piggyback
stairs.
again. Thank you.
So 5th floor, it doesn't take you long to find the room that belongs to John O'Lantern. As you reach the 5th floor, you get that synchronicity feeling again, that you're just walking onto the floor, passing the nurse's station just as the nurse had gone around the corner to do something, and you're starting to hear the sounds of people. But again, it's the overnight sounds. There aren't as many people walking the wards. There aren't as many people doing things. You do find a private room with the taped card on the side of the door says J. O'Lantern, and you deposit him in the room. He is sleeping a little more normally now rather than appearing to be just unconscious.
Make them all nice and comfy.
And from this room, where are you going? What are you doing?
Can we take a look at his chart first? Just really,
That's
really
a good
quickly.
idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Why is he here?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. We might have a new friend, or might have a new enemy.
You're going to need to roll, to understand the chart, you're going to need to roll medicine plus intelligence. And you're going to need to get 9s or 10s.
Is that just Lily? Laura, excuse me.
Oh, whoever wants to look at the chart.
So say again, please.
9s and 10s, medicine plus intelligence.
Pen has no clue.
Oh, I just got 3
0.
dice to roll with. Okay.
Ooh.
Nope.
1 success from Lee.
Yep.
So what did you get, Lara?
0.
Oh, bugger.
Egg.
I think he's sick.
A whole miss is heroes, and Lee got a 1. So Lee actually looks at the chart and says, okay, he's it might be one of the hepatitises.
He's really, really sick.
Hmm.
I'm not sure which one. I can't really tell, but it might be.
It's a lot of medical terminology.
I mean, I see the word hepatitis in here, so might be one of those. It just I can't figure it out. I can't make heads or tails of it. But he's really, really sick. Poor guy.
I guess the question is,
hopefully
does
he'll
he?
get better.
Yeah, I guess the question is he planning on doing this again, or is this just like a one-time thing?
Maybe it's a once a year kind of thing.
Well, it's also the question of, was he doing it, or was somebody finding a convenient
Puppet.
shell? Yeah, puppet
Scapegoat.
form. Yeah,
Yeah.
something to take over and enhance.
Well, at least now that
Possess,
we've got
post.
rid of that part of it, maybe he can get better from the actual human things.
Maybe. Though, honestly, having a last name of O'Lantern.
Lantern, Lannern.
Oh,
Lantern.
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 Yeah. All
I
right, Johnny
see.
boy.
Sleep well,
It'll-
Johnny. You're gonna need it. Feel better soon. Please.
And I'll give them a little pat on the
Kill
face.
you all. I mean, thank you.
And
Okay.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I could go for a cup of tea.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that'd be nice.
Okay, so back to the 7th floor.
Well, what was the other?
There was a code.
Because there was
White.
other codes that we hadn't responded to.
Code White's second or first floor.
Code white on 2nd floor, and then code orange on
The
in
lobby.
The lobby. Yeah.
Somebody flip a coin. I'm tired.
Highs or lows?
Fuck these Crayola codes.
All right, lows, got it. So let's go to the lobby. Let's check it out first.
Okay.
And then after this, we're gonna have a cup of tea.
Pen? What's the
After
code
this, we're
orange?
getting Chinese. I don't.
I grabbed a little card that I stole from one of the nurses' stations. What's the code orange?
Code orange is, oh dang, oh no, I didn't close it. Code orange is external disaster.
Oh boy.
You guys might want to look out the windows and see if it's still snowing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it
We'll do it when we get to the lobby.
Yeah, because we don't even.
Lobby, window, what are we doing?
Window
Lobby.
first. I'm gonna
Lobby.
go window first, and then I'm gonna check the.
Is there a window to look out?
Yeah, actually down the hall and kind of around a corner. You know, not quite on the way to the elevator, but you can hit a window kind of down and over and then come back.
Okay.
You look out of the window and it's not quite dawn yet. You figure you got about an hour or so before dawn, but it's looking like a nice, crisp, clear Toronto day out there.
Okay. So it looks like what should be there rather than. Okay.
So maybe we
better.
don't worry about any of the other codes then?
Yeah, I felt
I'd
that.
like to
You felt that
check.
too when we got up here. That synchronicity.
I'd like to check
Things
though.
started to synchronize a little bit, but let's check the
let's-
floor
let's
too,
just-
and then
Just,
go up
Check floor
from
just
there.
you know,
Well,
if
just
there's
do a quick
nothing there,
sweep.
all the better. Just let's.
Just a
'cause-
sweep. Just a
Yeah.
sweep.
We're just gonna do a quick
Exactly.
sweep, and then we're gonna go back to
Yep.
7th floor. We're gonna have that nice
Tea,
cup of tea.
Chinese
Mhm.
food. I'm down for the whole
People,
shebang.
Okay.
people say
Right?
kids today have no work ethic. Look at you guys sweeping the whole
Oh, geez,
hospital.
yeah.
I mean, that's really nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
Nice nothing. I don't want anything creeping up on me.
That's a
So,
job.
Second floor lobby, where are we going first?
we'll do 2nd floor first, and then we'll cut down to the lobby. Then
Okay.
we'll go all the way back up.
So as you stroll the second floor, you find absolutely nothing. You going down to the lobby, elevator or stairs?
Let's try the
Mm.
Elevator. I'm tired. I'm taking
Yeah.
Take the elevator this time.
Ben is just so dog tired. At this
This is
point.
where we get
She's
screwed.
done.
This is where we
She's
get
not taking
screwed.
the elevator
Yeah.
anymore.
Elevator dings and opens up.
Thank you for the troll for being around.
And
And in the
ominous music
lobby,
aside.
you can tell you just missed Dave, the security guard, again, walking his rounds. You just missed Steve, the cleaner, you can kind of hear his cart down one hallway. Other than that, everything looks as usual as it normally does.
7th floor.
7th
Press
floor.
the
Alrighty, 7th floor.
7th floor.
And
It's not sunrise yet, so the key fits in the door again. It turns the other way still, not the regular way. Door
Mhm.
opens up. You go in, and the 7 teacups are back along the countertop again, all fresh, all clean, all repacked with tea. And where the large gentleman had been sitting, as you remember, drinking his tea, he put this huge knife down,
Mhm.
which he then picked up. Sitting there on the end of that table is a small leather bag.
Huh. Gift.
Alright. Pen's gonna
With a
walk
bow
over.
on it. There's a clear bow on it. It's
There's
not
a bow.
Yep.
Pen's gonna
Lil-
walk over to the
Lily's
leather
going to
bag and-
investigate this.
Yeah, we're gonna open this
Okay,
up.
you
I think
open
we're
it
all
up.
gonna like gather around
Yeah.
it and open it up
Yep.
together. For that
Yep.
nice little close scene.
Inside are 3 small little kind of medallions. They're about this big, maybe about 2 inches. They're diamond shaped. They're inlaid with a lapis lazuli background, a nice, deep, gorgeous blue. They are edged in gold, and in gold there's a pyramid, and then there is a lightning bolt kind of figure underneath it.
So yeah.
Now, I will send you a picture in Discord later so that you can see what it is. There are 3 of them. Anyone who wants to can roll I'm thinking either gray mare or enigma plus intelligence with the difficulty of 9 and up. If you have a specialty, you can double your 10s. So 9s or 10s. To know what these are, to have heard of them before. They are a known changeling treasure.
3 successes from Pen.
1.
Yeah, I have one.
Okay, the 2 that
Okay.
got 1, you've heard of them before, and you've heard that they are the favorite of red caps, and some issue like them too, which is why Penn would know them, because issue have used them before. When you break one in half, you can run for an entire sunrise to sunrise without tiring, or when you break one in half, you can have a very temporary, short-lived jolt of basically vampiric celerity. You will move at an amazing speed, but for a very short time.
Could have used these earlier, but you
Yeah,
know what?
really.
It's the thought that counts.
There's a joke in this. I appreciate it.
Lara would like to check her pockets.
Roll me your willpower. 6s and above, please.
5.
5 successes. Your pockets contain nothing unusual this time, except there is a small fist-sized pumpkin, like one of the ones you took from upstairs, that someone has used a marker to put 2 round black eyes on and a squiggly black mouth.
Well, this is
Ah.
interesting. And
How
That
did it?
little jerk.
I'm not even gonna ask how it
Lara
got
gives it to
there.
Lily.
This little fucker.
This thing is no longer that thing.
It's cute though.
Yeah, it is. Where, like, the where are all the ferrets? Brain shorts out. I'm wondering if there's a ledge somewhere in here I could put this on, like say above the fireplace, or what's on wherever
Like
the cups are all lined up, or
Like a mantelpiece.
yeah, I want to put it somewhere in here.
Okay, so with that, we are going to wrap up our night with the motley enjoying a nice, relaxing cup of tea in the freehold, knowing to get out of the freehold around sunup or so. And when you leave the freehold, the hospital is starting to buzz with activity again. Congratulations on surviving a very interesting little Samhain. And we will thank our viewers at this point and wrap it all up so that people can get on with their day and their enjoyments. Whether you watch this on our broadcast day or on YouTube afterwards, thank you for joining us for this fantastically fun little Halloween special. And to slip on out, who did we start with tonight in the introductions?
Rose.
We
Ended
started with
me.
Rose. Oh,
Yeah.
excellent. Then we're going to wrap back and we're going to start with Anita. Tell them who you are, where they can find you, and where you'll be next.
Hi, I am Anita, or Panita, or Critical Misses. You can find me everywhere online under one of those 2 places, except for the places where you can't. You can find me on my own channel, the Critical Misses channel. We're working on our new season, so we've got a couple shows planned. We're working on casting right now, and I'm saying this so that I can make it real, because this is airing in the future. We have Morning Ritual, which is our TTRPG talk show, and our guest this Saturday, by the time this airs, is going to be hold music. One moment, please.
Pause for effect.
Pause for effect.
You're
I
gonna
believe
raise
it's
the
NB
corpse
Dare.
of Gary Gygax.
I believe that our guest this week is going to be NB Dare. So we're going to be talking to Dare about TTRPGs and more with me and the co-host.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Hold on,
much.
Find out more.
And you'll also find the socials right over there. Next up, we have our claw-fingered fighter tonight, Kitty.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kitty Kimchi, and I was Alette. You're badass for the night. I don't have anything coming up, but any updates, you can catch me on Twitter at Yep, She's Blasian. And remember, Ohana means family.
Eat it, Bob.
And
Thank
family
you
means
very
sometimes you got to
much.
split the party.
God damn it.
Hey, next up, we
No.
have Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna. You will find me on Twitter at Hyrule Gardner. I was playing Lara, the thieving little pisky this evening, who didn't do as much thieving as usual. You will find me on our Saturday Vampire Takeover as Abigail, and you will also find me on the occasional Patreon piece that we have over here on Vancouver by Night. So if you wish to check out some extra spicy content, definitely give us a watch. The lowest tier is only $1 for some great quality, awesome content. And yeah, we will be doing Extra Life soon. So if you can help us out with raising some money for the kidlets at the BC Children's Hospital via Extra Life, definitely follow the link and donate if you can. Spread the word if you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. Next up, we have Crystal.
Hello, I'm Crystal, playing Lily Winters, your friendly neighborhood Korrid, who is tired and just wanted to smash things and did.
Thank you, Crystal. And then to wrap up our regular motley, Rose.
Hi, everyone. Once again, I'm Rose. I play Lee, everyone's sort of forgetful and mindless Selkie. If you like what you see here, you should follow all of my socials, which are in the chat at the Linktree. As of this recording, it would have premiered last night. If you missed it, watch it on the VODs afterwards. But I am part of a Vampire the Masquerade 5e, V5 edition, with a Cult of Blood Gods game known as This Bloody Garden, and I play a Ventru dominatrix. So if you want to see me do a lot of sass and maybe a little bit of stomping, then yeah, absolutely check that out. We are on Onyx Path Publishing's Twitch every Tuesday starting November 2nd, which as of airing, that was yesterday. Yeah, come catch us there. In the meantime, check out my socials. I have TikTok, Instagram, all at Rose Bulbasaur. You can find it all in the chat.
Thank you very much. And a huge thank you to our guest this week. Stephen, tell folk where they can find you and what you know what you're up to.
Well, there are a few things I can't talk about, but you can find me on Twitter with @BigSwingDaddy. That is swing music, not the other kind. My wife makes me mention that. I'm occasionally funny on there and would love to have anybody who wants to join the conversation.
Thank you very much. And thank you for being with us
Thank
tonight.
you, guys.
Honestly,
This was so much fun.
it was awesome. You added just so much beautiful flavor. My name's
And
Cliff.
sass.
I was your
Butterscotch,
storyteller.
who'd have thought?
I thought it was rum and butter. Damn. I always got those lifesavers mixed up. I'm Cliff. I was your ST for the night, bringing some of the fun and interesting things. I had about another half dozen encounters for you people that just got creepier and creepier, but I'll save them for the next showing. You can find me as the Vintage Self all over the internet and various places. I am also part of the wonderful crew that does the Saturday Vampire Takeover with Vancouver by Night Delves into Darkness. A huge shout out and a thank you to Vancouver by Night for hosting us. Check out their Patreon, some amazing stuff on there. Hit their YouTube to check back episodes of things and the various vampire games, as well as other odds and ends, bits and pieces. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit that bell so you get notified. Other than that, thank you for viewing. We so appreciate you tuning in and enjoying the time with us. We will see you next week, where we will have yet another guest star brought on. We're just going to have revolving guests here. I'm looking forward to it. Get them all spinning. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and be well.
Blessed
And enjoy
Samhain.
the blessed Samhain.
Happy Halloween for everyone else.
Happy Halloween!